Did that
I don't
count?
know. Did he start before
Are you
the
giving
end
it?
of the buzzer?
Give it.
Suits
Suits
is counting it.
giving it to you.
Suits is counting it.
Okay. Wow.
Wow, we have a tie.
Buzzer beat. Yeah, we do.
Keeping it interesting.
Okay.
Jeez, mijo. That's a boy.
What was that?
Bart.
How many was it?
5.
Four.
Oh, or 4.
Bird, you're not in charge of any of this.
Nobody asked you.
He was looking at me.
Nobody asked you, Frank.
All right, let's stop. Let's stop this. I gotta get focused here. The coronavirus got me all.
It
all
does,
flooded,
yeah.
Kev. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
It's not helping.
Okay, Bird, you can break the ties and you can get the win if you get 5 correct. Your partner is Stacy from North Point. Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
Stacy, I need it bad. I need it real bad. So can we do this?
Oh, absolutely. We got this.
Okay.
I like the confidence, girl.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the chemistry here, too. Okay, let's see how this goes.
All right, focus.
Good luck.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Here we go. Unquarantined, the KVJ Show in for your listening pleasure here today. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
It's Monday. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta attack the week.
Oh, I hear you.
It's going to be weird here at work because we've gone into DEF CON 2. And so basically none of our coworkers are here.
Right, yeah.
Except just people that like talk on the radio and like, you know, the producers like your Denny's and your Suits. Everybody else, like all the bosses aren't here.
Right.
All the promotions people, sales people, front desk people.
Yep.
You
People-
can't come up in here and get no prizes.
I already started seeing people already online losing their minds. They're like, oh, there's nothing to do. We're bored. Like, y'all, it's day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even really in it yet.
You're not in it yet.
Yeah. It's all about the social distancing.
That's the new term.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, the new terms that are coming out of the whole coronavirus pandemic that is out there. Social spacing, flatten the curve.
That's the equivalent of during a hurricane, gotta hunker down.
Yes, we're getting our own terminologies.
I've seen social distancing so much on social media.
And just so you know, if you're in the bar or the club, that's not social distancing, guys.
Yeah, that was the question. That was the question. I saw like Peanut Island yesterday was packed. There were so many people out at Peanut Island yesterday. I'm like going, is that social distancing?
No.
It's not, because a lot of people on there are like going, yeah, that's fine. They're on their boats.
If you are having a block party, that is not social distancing.
That was the debate. Is this
But
social distancing?
They were all with each other. They were tying their boats off.
Some were just
on each other.
cruising by, and that was
Soaking
kind of
the
the
water.
debate.
If you're cruising by, I think you're okay.
Right.
As soon as you drop anchor, tie off, and cheers.
Can you be on the boat? How many people do you have to limit on your boat? How far do you have to anchor from somebody else's boat? You know, these are all the questions that we're trying to figure out here. How do I apply social distancing to my life? And when am I in check and when am I not?
Well, I noticed there's 2 camps going on out there. People who are still going out living their lives, and then people calling those people out for being selfish. There were so many fights on social media about
Oh, yeah, no
that.
doubt. Yeah,
we
there's-
could spend hours doing Facebook fishing.
Oh, yeah, no, we got one today. We had to choose from several. There was a lot of fighting going on
How
on
did
social
you
media.
narrow it down?
That was the tough part. Yeah, we just finally let's go with that one. So we'll get to that coming up here today.
And if you want to recreate any fun videos, there's a bunch of videos of people like in Walmarts and Costco's, like fist fighting. We could do that too.
Saw those, yep.
It is not a lie. Toilet paper is scarce, y'all. You can't find toilet paper.
It is legit. And is anyone still answered that question? Why was there a run on toilet paper? The funniest thing was
Hoarding.
one of our listeners had sent us on Friday, like, I don't get this. And they were in the same Publix, and they sent us a photo of the TP aisle, barren, not one roll TP. And then they showed us a photo of the soap aisle. There was soap for days. And like going, isn't the number one thing they're telling us to do is to wash our hands? Doesn't logic tell you that this should be reversed, that we'd be buying out all the soap and the toilet paper would be fine. This is not an anal disease.
But the hoarding, though, people think that they're going to be quarantined, so they bought a bunch of toilet paper. One of my neighbors, perfect example, comes up to me this weekend when I'm in the yard. Hey, did y'all find toilet paper? I'm like, yeah, we got it a couple weeks ago, though. And he's like, all right. I'm like, I have some extra if you need it. He goes, no, it's okay. I have 20 rolls. I just wanted more.
What?
And I'm like, okay, you live alone.
Yeah, dude.
What
how big
are
is
they
your
thinking?
butt?
What are they? I
He's
don't.
got 20 rolls. He just wanted more. So that's the problem. I think people are afraid of being quarantined and they want to hoard it.
But why are they not worried about other things? Why is it TP?
I don't know. Maybe if you got a bar of soap, you don't think about that.
I mean, you know what? And here was the thing that I can't figure out. Human beings had been on planet Earth for 8,000 to 10,000 years without toilet paper, and we're still existing. Food, not so much. And yet, people don't seem to be as freaked out about food as they do toilet paper. I can't figure out this whole. Why do we think? Do we eat toilet? We don't eat it to survive.
Modern people, our butts have become very just soft. We're not hard anymore. We're not like cave people. We've gotten way too soft.
I don't want to go back to hard butt.
I don't either.
But on the list of priorities of what we need, food is up there pretty high. The soap should outrank the TP even, but yet we're going for TP over those other two essentials.
I can't figure out the temperature out there either. We did Weird and Whatever yesterday.
Yeah.
On one breast, someone said, hey, I really loved your lighthearted approach, talking about the coronavirus. On the other end, how dare you not take this seriously? I'm like, where's the middle ground here?
It's split down the middle. It was a little bit, and you saw it throughout the weekend, everything that was going on. Just out and about, there were bars, restaurants were still packed, and people were upset about that. Fort Lauderdale Beach was insane. I don't know if you saw photos of Fort Lauderdale Beach. You couldn't move on Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Corona ain't stopping that spring break.
No, they weren't shutting it down until finally the city stepped in. Both Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach have been like, okay, beaches are closed because you guys obviously didn't get it. There was shaming going on Church Street in Nashville. The bars were packed. In fact, they were recommending to shut down, and there was one owner, his name's Steve Smith. He's like, I'm not shutting down. He's like, come on, bring it on. And then people were all over him because he refused to shut down his bar. He's like, make me.
They did the same thing in the French Quarter. They drove through the French Quarter. The cops did.
Right.
Saying, everybody go home. We are shutting it down. Because, my best friend has a bar in the French Quarter. They're not allowed to have patrons come in and sit down. The only thing that people can do is come in and get takeout.
So that's really where we are. We've had those two different camps of the people who are sequestered and a little panicked, and then the people are like, I'm living my life and going out and doing whatever they want to do. And
But
so
slowly you're going to see every city adapt we're going to close the restaurants and bars because y'all don't listen.
I just noticed I had to go to the store a couple times this weekend, and I was getting shamed from some people. How dare you go out? Like, y'all, I need some stuff.
yeah.
It's so easy, though, to get everything shipped to you now. Like,
Sure, yeah.
Mags was asking me this weekend, Mom, we got to go to Home Depot and get me curtains. I said, no, we don't have to go to Home Depot.
Getting me curtains. Was she a leprechaun?
No, she needs curtains.
Or get me curtains.
me curtains.
Or a pirate. She got a pirate ship?
Did you hear yourself?
The SS Mags?
I said, just go to HomeDepot.com, Mags. Pick out any curtains you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now.
Have it shipped to your door. It's so much easier, and you don't have to worry about touching the shopping cart and then hand sanitizing and worried about breathing on somebody
Yeah.
and them breathing on you. Like, everything can be shipped to us now. We don't need to go out.
Yeah. That's pretty much the best way to probably put this. And yeah, we're going to start seeing things change. CDC is now recommending no gatherings of 50 people or more. So that's kind of where we are now.
Okay, not to be that annoying person, but so that means if you have a party of 49 people, you're cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now they're saying, limit crowds to 50 people or less. So 49, you're fine.
Okay.
I know people that had weddings over the weekend and they
Yeah.
kind of just thumbed their nose at it. I know people that traveled over the weekend. They were like, it's great deals right now.
Well, my boy Bigfoot, he gets married on the 4th of, what month is this? Next month. He gets the
April?
April 4th.
Still not got that in the brain
For
yet.
some reason, I can't commit that to memory. It's
Yeah.
weird. They changed the date once, so
Oh,
it's
they
all.
did,
It's all.
yeah.
But I was
You
asked,
didn't know that one either.
I didn't. I asked him, I go, what are you going to do about the wedding? He's like, ain't no corona going to stop this thing. But that's as of right now.
It's
you know
a
what I mean?
lot is going to change in a month. I mean, you're still a month out from his wedding. Well, 3 weeks.
3 weeks away.
3 weeks out. I think a lot is going to change between now and then.
Do you think it'll...
And the venue might not be open.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do you think at some point someone, the higher ups, are going to go, you can't do this. Like certain things, you can't go to a restaurant. You can't have a
It's
wedding.
coming. It's coming.
You think it is?
I do. In certain cities, it's already there. They're shutting down every bar and restaurant in Ohio, Washington, Illinois, Massachusetts, and California.
Yeah, Ohio was one of the first ones to punt.
You think
Yeah.
Florida's not coming? It's coming.
Yeah, Ohio's been very aggressive in how they quickly went in there and shut things down.
And you know what? They will see their numbers of the coronavirus go down because of it. And that's what it's
A
about.
lot of people are praising him, and if it starts to work there, then you'll likely see other states follow exactly what Ohio's been doing, so they might be setting the template.
Look, it ain't going to be fun.
Yeah.
But it's going to stop this from spreading. It's going to ruin your spring break, and I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's a lot of things. It goes on, the things that people are having ruined because of the coronavirus, and it is very sad, what people are having to miss out on in life because of this.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for people like y'all who have kids and stuff, because I mean, I've just seen people talk on social media. I know some kids are confused and having some fears about all that. How are your kids doing with everything? Are they cool?
They don't even know what's going on.
I follow Caitlin on social media. She does not even know about the
Has
coronavirus.
no clue. She has no idea it's happening.
This is just an extended spring break, and it's awesome.
She loves it.
Is she crushing spring break?
Oh, she's crushing it.
She is living her best life.
She is just rocking it.
Just
Yeah.
putting up pictures on the gram, just nailing
Oh,
it.
she looks
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she is having so much fun. She's so excited. Like her work is out for a while. This is yeah. She couldn't be happier. This is all going on.
Work? I don't need to work.
Dirt of the day, it's the KVJ. Dirt of the day, Virginia. Take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Oh, Lord help us. Coming up in a second, Lizzo does something nice, leading us all in some online meditation to help ease the fears. A lot of people are fearful. Some aren't. A lot are. And for those of you that are, Lizzo is leading online meditation. Oh, I love that. In other news, Daniel Radcliffe is commenting. We talked about it a little bit last week, facing his addiction issues. Here's a little bit of Daniel Radcliffe talking.
I suppose those were the moments when I first started being like, oh, that doesn't feel good. I don't like how I'm being looked at in this particular context. And then the way of dealing with that is just to drink more or get more drunk. So I did a lot of that for sort of a few years.
Yeah, I've been knocking down the booze.
Well, it ain't easy being Potter.
Yeah,
Comes with a lot of baggage.
made him an alcoholic, he says.
Heidi Klum has been sick at home for days. She left America's Got Talent last week after she showed up on the set and felt feverish. And at first was unable to get tested for the coronavirus, but finally over the weekend got tested. She says she and her husband were both tested on Saturday and are staying apart until they get the test results. They don't want to spread the germs and they don't want to give it to anybody else, so they're both quarantining and waiting to see what happens. So definitely watching Heidi Klum. Could she be the second one after Tom Hanks?
It's actually been good for Tom Hanks' career. He's going viral over the weekend
Oh my
for
God,
Vegemite. Rita Wilson's getting even some publicity.
They are. They're.
So, I mean, getting the coronavirus is actually really good for your career, turns out.
And finally here, Lizzo doing something nice for the people, leading an online meditation to ease the fears of the coronavirus. Here's Lizzo.
Hey y'all. It's a scary time for a lot of people. There is the disease, and then there is the fear of the disease. And I think that fear can spread so much hatred, and fear can spread so much negative energy, and fear can spread the disease. even quicker than the disease can.
So that's a little intro to her meditation before she gets into it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Positive words from Lizzo.
I like it. And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, one of the big viral moments from over the weekend, you probably saw all the Italians taking to their balconies, and I didn't realize every single residence in Italy has a balcony. My goodness. Yes, we get it. You got balconies, Italy. They were all over the place, and they were coming out there in solidarity because they are doing the social distancing that they're encouraging here in the U.S., and didn't stop them from coming out, though, and kind of having jam sessions and singing and all kinds of fun stuff.
Viva la nostra scena, viva la nostra scena, nella piazza del campo.
Even the dogs are singing. Wow, okay.
Oh, the doggy wants to get involved.
Yes. And
Or
if you...
the dog wants to bite, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Stop. You're hurting my ears. Also, you've got celebrities that are showing you how to wash your hands properly. I know that there were a couple things that were going on over the weekend. Some videos just, continue to remind people to wash their hands. Hugh Jackman, I know the Australian, he put together a video on, just showing you how long you need to wash your hands. And then people were shaming him because he left the water on while he was washing his hands. So you're wasting water, Hugh Jackman. When you suds up, you got to shut the water off. So he turned out, got that whole video backfiring on him.
That's awesome.
Well, we were going to be giving away tickets to the Killers all this week, but we've put that on hold, thinking that COVID-19
For the
might be a
real
little bit
killer.
more. Yeah.
I mean, is there anything we actually can legally give away now? I don't think. Do we?
We pretty much shut everything down, yeah. So it's a different world for everybody. But Brandon Flowers is out there. He needs a little bit of publicity because they got a tour is going to be coming up, and he's got to sell some tickets. So he decided to try to come up with a viral video of him singing Mr. Brightside while washing his hands. A lot of people are picking out these songs. You got to wash your hands for 20 seconds. So sing Mr. Brightside while you do it.
Tell the sea, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes. 'Cause I'm Mr. Brightside.
See, there you go.
I definitely try to go viral.
I don't know. He kept the water running.
By
Whatever.
the way, we got a tour that's coming out. Tickets on sale now.
I love when someone's trying to do something cool, but then it backfires on social media.
That's what social media is there for.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
So, everyone talking about the coronavirus. If you're looking for something a little bit light and funny to watch, we did a video yesterday. It's the best carb-on-carb snacks you can do while you're quarantined at home, Virginia.
Oh, just what I want to be. Fatter.
Yes. Well, you got an excuse now.
People are going one of two ways.
Yes.
They're either saying, okay, I'm going to use this as an excuse to get in shape, or I'm going to use this as an excuse to get fatter.
I mean, there are some fun things you can do, especially if you're a little kid and you're bored. I mean, do kids still play with figures?
Yes.
All right, start making little YouTube movies of your figures. Do some toy art. That can really pass the time.
Okay.
And you don't have to be, around a bunch of people to do that. But yeah, if you go on our YouTube page, check out that video. We would be much obliged if you do that.
Mm-hmm. Going off a woman from last week from England. She buttered up 2 pieces of white bread and put some plain cooked noodles in between and ate it like a sandwich, and that went viral. So
Yeah, we definitely talk about the spaghetti burrito, Virginia.
Wow. Nobody's doing that. So
Nobody's doing that,
Thank
and
you.
nobody's watching that video. So there's a lot of nobody going on.
it is on the KVJ Show YouTube channel. Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, like you said a second ago to me, that they're going to start testing here. If you think you have the corones, they're going to start doing drive-through testing in Palm Beach County, but the tests are very, very limited. They only have 40 tests to give to people today. So you have to call the number, schedule an appointment. You have to have enough symptoms and enough things through the screening. They ask you a bunch of questions, and only certain people qualify through the tests. But if you want to get the test or you want to get slated for it, they're supposed to be doing it all this week right here locally. You can call Found Care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the number is 561-967-0365, and they're going to be doing it at the Found Care building parking lot at 2330 South Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach. It's going to be starting at 10 a.m. today, if you want to do that.
I would expect they're going to have a huge surge of people, but it doesn't hurt to get on the list and maybe see if you can get tested later in the week. I'm quite sure today is filled because they say they only have 40 tests for today.
Let's say you have other ailments that have nothing to do with the corona. Is that going to affect, if I want to get a physical right now with my doctor, is it going to be so impossible, you think?
Well, this is the issue they're talking about, is the amount of beds that are available for doing things. And yes, it is stressing the medical community to deal with the coronavirus. So other things that are not necessary, things that are not medical emergencies, will, I would say, definitely be rescheduled. And then that's the other question, is the displacement. Because, this is kind of the problem that they're looking at, is just, doing the math of exactly how they're going to find beds for everybody. There's only 67,000 hospital beds in the state of Florida, and we have a population of 21.3 million. So that's kind of what they're thinking. There's one model, too, that says that possibly 7 million people in Florida could get the coronavirus. Now, the good news about that, only 5% are considered critical, but as they're breaking it down and doing a lot of math, which we don't do well, that's where they're saying they're worried about stressing out the hospital system and the beds. So if you're looking to get tested in Broward County, they're going to start doing it at Memorial Hospital West in Miramar. They're going to be offering drive-up coronavirus testing.
I love the drive-up concept. Yeah. I mean, if you're like me and you're freaked out to go in anywhere, the drive-up concept is beautiful.
Now, they're still working out exactly when the drive-through testing could begin. The tests are going to be free. That's the good news. The state has purchased 625,000 tests, or at least enough for that many people. So that's what they're anticipating on doing. And they say that they'll likely have the ability to test anywhere from 5,000 to 40,000 people per day by the end of next week. So that's what they're hoping to do, is they're trying to ramp up with everything, get everything to scale, as they say. What I got on my mind is it is really sad just to see all the things that are being canceled in our society for people. So that's just one of the byproducts of what's going on. A lot of people are disappointed with what's going on. They've canceled sports all the way through. And there are a lot of people that have worked, some people their entire life, especially like some players for March Madness basketball. They're like going, this is my dream, my senior year, to be able to play the March Madness tournament. That's not going to happen.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of these seniors in all of these sports, this is going to be their last game they ever play. Most seniors don't go off and play professional sports.
Absolutely.
So it's an emotional time for them. It's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it was really tough. And, even just, point out one individual story. There's a player at Michigan State, and their head basketball coach, he's been coaching forever. He was talking about one of the players, like he dealt with the death of his mom, his brother, and he's just battled through so many things. And he got to this place where he was just like really looking forward to wrapping up his senior year. And he said that was the hardest part, going to him and telling him that we've canceled the season and he's never going to play another game. And, he was so looking forward to something like that. And that's the story that's happening for so many people.
Can they reschedule it for December?
They're going to be granting an extra year of eligibility for a lot of seniors in spring sports. That's what the NCAA has stepped up and done.
Okay.
So that's the good news on that. But, for instance, somebody like, my son Colin, who has got one graduation, University of Michigan has canceled their graduation. And so he's not going to be able to, do a graduation.
What happens with that money you put down on the hotel room?
Right now, they're not giving it back.
They're not?
They're not. They are not. So we are going to be dealing with that. And there's a lot of people that are going to be, this is going to be the big question. Because, I told you last week that the terms were you had to do a 3-night minimum. It was $600 a night.
You had to pay up front.
Yes. And so we've paid, and so right now they said they're not going to be granting refunds. So that is just, forget about it.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm hoping at least they would say, well, there's no graduation whatsoever. You're not going to have the rush of people. Can we at least have a reduced, the normal rate on the room? Because they don't charge $600 a night. It's a regular hotel.
Right.
It's nothing that's super fancy.
Is it a major chain?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not even sure exactly where we've booked. I'm not sure that it is.
Well, if it's a major chain, I'll tell you, Twitter is a beautiful thing. All you do is you put a post up there and say, hey, major chain.
Yeah.
What's going on here? We're not coming. We tried to cancel. You normally have this cancellation policy where if, you cancel within so many days, you get your money back. That's the norm.
Yeah.
Why would you guys do this to people and change this during a national emergency? What the hell's the matter with you?
When people are going to be strapped for money.
Yes.
And I know they'll be strapped for money too, and it all goes around, but still.
But don't take advantage of people.
Yeah.
You need to hope it's a national chain because then they would feel the pressure more than a mom and pop tiny little establishment.
Virginia's all about going on Twitter and calling people out now.
It worked.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I did it with my car. I called out Chevy and I quickly,
Really?
Chevy Motors responded and solved the issue because they did not want anything bad on Twitter. And it was going that way for them.
Wow. Well, I might have to come to you for guidance then on exactly how to handle this.
I'm happy to coach you. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to be lashing out. You just want to be sad and you want to be information driven.
Okay.
And you want to say, please fix this. Help me. I'm just a guy.
Right.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just a guy.
Yeah. So that's plan A. I'll put it in your hands and try to help me get that refund. Plan B, I'm going to wear all my Buckeye gear, sit in their lobby, blare the Ohio State fight song, and stare at the person working behind the front desk the entire weekend. That's plan B. So, well, hopefully
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, hopefully plan A works out. Did you have a coronavirus cancellation? I know some people are texting in about what they have missed out on. Somebody texted in and said, Nick and I may have to cancel our wedding on Saturday. Target canceled our scheduled paper towel delivery. So, there's a lot of things that are being canceled, weddings and things like that, at least being postponed. There's a ton of stuff that's going on. In fact, I'll let you know some of the things because your basic daily life is being affected by this coronavirus, where you can go and what's going on. So you can text that into us.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Coronavirus cancellations. There's a lot of stuff that is going around. I was just telling you that my son, his college graduation has been canceled at the University of Michigan. And, that's something that they're not going to be able to make up. Some of these things are being postponed till later, but that's just something where, you can't postpone a graduation. Because, they're going to be on to other things and he's going to be off to his next adventure and the such. So,
yeah, because if you reschedule it for the fall, he'll already be doing his graduate school in the fall.
Right.
And he can't leave school to go graduate from the school that he already graduated from.
There's just some things where you just have that little window in time, and it's really tough, and it's sad for so many people, like him that are kind of dealing with that kind of stuff. Somebody did say, and this is good not only for me that is right now looking at a hotel that's saying, no, we're not going to be offering any refunds on that money that you paid in advance. Somebody texted and said, it is illegal for businesses to not refund for services not rendered during a national emergency.
Okay.
Call the hotel and inform them that you need their info for your attorney for small claims court and see what they say then.
I like it.
So that is some valuable information if you're running into a situation, like what I've got. I will definitely try that to say, hey, that's legit.
Yeah.
That's really nice to know.
You can't do this.
It doesn't feel right.
It's the equivalent of the whole gouging thing. They're just taking advantage of this situation to hurt people.
Yes. And, you set those rates because graduation was going to go on that weekend. Graduation's not going on yet. You're going to charge me the same rate. Say, yep, kind of your fault, not mine.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at most hotel policies, they have a cancellation thing where if you cancel a week or two before, you get your money back.
They said that in advance, and we agreed, but we didn't think the graduation was going to be canceled. Had no idea.
By, a global virus.
Right.
You didn't see that one coming?
Didn't see the pandemic coming. Yeah, when we booked, and we had to book this, oh my gosh, probably a year ago.
Wow.
It was over a year ago. Yeah, you had to book. I remember he was a junior. We were booking everything.
Wow.
Yep. That's the way it goes. So, yeah, I didn't see it then.
I can't believe he's graduating already.
I know. That's
Is he
what happens in
graduating
life.
early?
No.
You asked this question last
He did,
week.
yes.
We had this same exact conversation.
I'll schedule for next week, too.
I don't know. My memory's off. Corona.
Crohn's.
Is that what it is?
I think it is.
There's other stuff, too. I'm feeling bad because there are some proms that are being canceled, postponed. Can you make up a prom? Maybe. But then again, you got kids that are going to be heading off to school in the fall, and that's something. How far is this going to go? They're talking right now, when are we even going to wrap up school? School might be going way into the summer.
Yeah, everybody's just going to have to wait and see. There's no way to predict right now. Just take it week by week and just know it's going to change week by week, too. You got to be willing to be a little flexible.
Take it moment by moment.
Yes.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my brother and father have waited forever to go to the Masters, and they got tickets, and now it's canceled. I don't know. I think the Masters, they'll at least be postponing. I think I saw with that. They're going to be pushing it off. So hopefully they'll get to go. It is the biggest golf tournament they have every single year. But who knows? But the way with the Masters, Virginia, you can't just buy tickets. It's a lottery.
You got to know somebody and be in on the end.
Well, you actually put your name into a drawing. And so they draw to give you the right to purchase your tickets.
Oh, that's not rigged. Give me a break.
Probably, yeah. Probably part of it.
Oh, look. We drew our friend Frank's name.
Yeah.
So, hey, Frank.
Right.
Who's picking these things
You're
out?
in.
So you may have your name drawn one year, but then, I've talked to some. I talked to one guy, and he said, for 10 years I've been trying, and I've never got my name drawn.
Oh,
So-
he don't know the right guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably not, yeah.
You're not greasing the right palm.
Well, those palms are very greasy. It's a very high, expensive, yes.
I can only imagine.
I was talking to somebody. They said the VIP tent that they had, their greeter was Condoleezza Rice.
The greeter?
Yeah, she was the greeter at the tent. So, it's
she
high
stands
end.
in the front?
When the former secretary, yeah.
Like the chick at Walmart?
Yes, she's like, hello, I'm Condoleezza Rice. Welcome to the Masters.
Dang.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit of money to grease
I
a
wonder
palm
how
there.
much they paid her for that.
Don't know. She's a member there. So.
That is definitely not. That's not a freebie.
No.
She's a member, so maybe it works all into the whole thing.
Maybe
so
it's
got paid.
part of her membership package.
Maybe.
You have to give back to the organization.
Possibly. Who knows how rich people do things, Virginia.
Fascinating. I'd love to see the contract.
Somebody else is saying, yeah, my husband's bum. They canceled the NFL draft. He was going to go. I don't know how they're going to do that. Typically, they do it in April, but what they're going to do is they're going to do it in Vegas, and people are sending stuff over. The Vegas is now shutting down. And so they had this whole thing, I think, in the Fountains of the Bellagio, where they're going to have the stage set up, and whenever they had a draft pick, they're going to bring it via gondola up. And they had this whole big
that
production.
sounds like an orchestrational nightmare.
It does.
Doesn't it? By gondola?
Yeah, but I was so curious to see how they were going to do it. And now, people were going to go and watch that, and now people are like, they could still do it online. It could be very anticlimactic. There is a way they can still do the draft without all the pomp and circumstance. But
Even Tinder came out and said, all right, y'all, just social distancing.
Stop.
When Tinder
tells you to stop poking, you know it's bad.
Well, I mean-
because Tinder is built on a foundation of poke.
I mean, the leader of disease spreading, Tinder.
The leader. They've been spreading so much for so long.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I'm not sure if Seminole Hard Rock is going to follow suit, but now Vegas casinos are closed. I'll be interesting to see what happens with I have not heard word on that definitely yet.
A lot of things are going to hold out, and make as much money as they can. And then they will be shut down by the state and federal government.
I mean, you think we'll get to a point where if you're out walking down the street, someone's be like, you got to get back in your house.
I don't know. Wuhan did it through drones and through tracking you on your phone. But they're a communist country. They can do that. They've been doing that.
Sure, yeah.
Will we get to that? I don't know.
I don't think you can, right?
If there becomes a mandated quarantine, I think they can actually.
That's what's going to be interesting to see if they get to that point.
Right.
What will that mean? I know in Italy they locked down 60 million people, so.
I was asking some of my friends, like, where's your head at? Are you guys doing delivery? You guys going to restaurants? And most of the people that I talked to was still doing delivery and still hitting up restaurants.
Delivery seems like that's going to be okay, and I think restaurants, that's going to be the way they're going to do it. Like Starbucks right now, nationwide, they are only doing business through their drive-thru. So you can't walk into a Starbucks today. It's got to be through the drive-thru. I think a lot of businesses will wind up doing that.
I like that. And I feel really terrible for places that don't have a drive-thru. through.
Sure,
But,
yeah.
I mean, we can't be sitting next to each other in mass numbers anymore. We just can't. We can't sit at the bar next to each other. We just can't right now.
This is what you're looking at. Apple, Nike, Urban Outfitters, they've shut down all their stores. Tortuga has been postponed until the fall. They're putting that off.
Not Tortuga.
Yeah, Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Both Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach are closing their beaches because obviously people were not slowing it down over the weekend. I saw the videos of Fort Lauderdale Beach. I'm like, my goodness.
They actually turned it up.
They did. They were packed in there. And both cities are also ordering bars and restaurants to close by 10 p.m. and cap crowds at 250 people. But now the CDC is recommending limiting crowds to 50 or less for the next 8 weeks.
I mean, it's spring break, and you know how some people are. They're going to want to go spring break it up.
And who knows, if this thing would have hit when I was 18, 19, 20, I probably would have handled it differently than I'm handling it now as a 46-year-old woman with people in her home with pre-existing medical conditions.
Well, I think a lot of that kind of explains where everyone's head at. I mean, for me, I don't have kids. I don't have a mate that's got breathing problems. I live alone, so I'm going to be a little. I think my panic level is going to be slightly different than yours.
Yeah, I got a husband that lives on a nebulizer during the regular time with no corones out there. So for me, it's horrifying to think about. This could kill him. If he gets the coronavirus, he'll be in that percentage of like the elderly that are dropping dead.
There's that positive comment.
That's just my world. So if you think I'm panicked, you're right.
If you want to feel better, don't ask for Jesus.
Yes.
Don't ask me because I'm not here to kill my husband.
Just so you know right now how they're breaking it down, they say about 80% of the people confirmed to have the new coronavirus will have mild symptoms similar to the common cold or flu. About 14% of COVID patients were considered severe with symptoms that don't go away on their own, and they have to develop and they might develop a lung infection.
And here's the messed up thing too. You can get severe if you're a young person, or you can get mild if you're a young person. I think like there's different levels of catching it. It's pretty messed up.
Do you see the one dude? He hasn't shown any symptoms. He's been quarantined for like a couple weeks now, and he keeps testing positive for corona. Like they were interviewing him. They go, "Well, how do you feel?" I go, "I feel great." I go, "I just for whatever reason they keep on telling me it's positive, but I don't feel anything."
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of the video blog of the Miami mayor, and he seems like he's doing all right. Yeah. Not really rocking him.
And then I'm watching like other videos of like healthcare workers that caught it in the hospital and have been sent home, like young doctors that now are on like ventilators and breathing machines.
The way I'm going to start handling, I'm going to try to be positive / panicky. Everything's going to be okay, but cover your butt.
Yeah.
Well, because everyone's got different tones.
Everybody's got to do what's in their heart, I mean, no one can tell you how to handle this.
Just so you know, just under 5% were considered critical with the coronavirus. So putting all the numbers out there.
I like your positive numbers, Kevin.
They're not my numbers. They're just the numbers that they're giving on what the coronavirus is.
Well,
I know.
I like you're trying to make us feel better.
Yes, I'm doing what I can. The big challenge for a lot of people today is going to be, what are they going to do with their kids? You're looking at possibly a long time. The kids are going to be out of school.
Thank God I have Magnolia, who's now about to be 15, and she's going to stay with her brother.
Sure.
While Panda and I still have to work. And so, when I get home, then I'll relieve her and she can go about her day. But, it's scary to think about if you've got a little one, and you have to work still. What the hell?
The CDC is saying that closing schools for 8 weeks may be what's necessary to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus.
I told Mags, and she didn't believe me. I'm like, Mags, I don't think y'all are going back to school in the regular year. This might be your summer right now.
Right.
And then in summer, you might actually have to go back to school.
It's probably the best plan, unfortunately. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of notice for parents, whatever it is you do with your kids in the summertime, and maybe some places and camps and whatever, but they can't open up. You can't congregate. You can't send your kids somewhere like you normally did. So that's kind of the twist to a normal summer break is what do you do with your kid? Because I used to drop them at camp, or I used to have a community where they would go and play.
Sure.
We'd even done that with my son, Cannon. There was kind of a community where they would go there. And
you can't do it.
Can't do it.
You can't even start your own community.
No.
You can't.
Yeah.
And we have a neighbor that is so mad. She's a little girl, same age as Magnolia, goes to the Benjamin School. So they are not canceling school. These kids have to wake up this morning and have their computer up and on. They have to be dressed in their uniform.
At home?
At home. School starts at 8 a.m. and everybody's got to check in, and they have class today via Skype or whatever technology they have.
Yeah.
They have to be in their uniform.
Yeah.
You can still, though, it's not as bad as going into school. You can still have some fun and slack off slightly at your house.
Well, I saw one person, what was funny is they're doing online classes. This was a college kid. Did you see the viral video? He took a still shot picture of him and put it right in front of the camera lens. So it looked like he was sitting right there at the computer and he was paying attention. So that's the quick hack right there.
That's great till the teacher calls on you to answer.
And you're just still faced, just sitting there. Yeah. No movement. Yeah, you're right. I saw my kid, they kind of put out an itinerary for them to encourage them. Say, from this time, go out and play. This time, do some work. This time, do this. So trying to encourage them to do that. And, you know, one of the biggest issues, too, is for kids that rely on the school system for their lunches. I think it's going to be at least 30 schools in Palm Beach County.
A lot of them.
They're going to be open up. Kids under the age of 18 can go, and I think from 11 a.m. to 1 today, you can go and get bagged lunch. They'll
and
have
you
that
can
for you to pick up.
drive through and not have to get out of your car, which is
Right.
great. You can grab food for anybody in the car who's under 18. And then you can, some of the places have a box for parents to take to feed everybody. You can take a box of food too from some of the locations.
Back in the day, if you forgot your lunch at school, they'd make you this peanut butter and a honey sandwich. The public school system would do that. And I just remember how good that honey and that thick white bread was. I wonder if they still make them like that. I'd love to try it.
You know, you can make one at home.
Not as good. Not like that. It's like when someone says, well, you can make your own Big Mac at home. No, you can't. It's never as
Not
good.
the same.
It's not the same, man.
All right, you
Yeah.
don't have to yell at me.
Yes, not the same. So if you got any ideas for other parents that are out there that you got both parents having to work and the kids are at home, you're like, I don't know what else to do other than just throw out a couple pieces of bread and leave them out there to fend for themselves. What is your parental hack that you're doing? We'll pass that along if you got some good ideas. 877-979-976. We're here at the KVJ Show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a sec, I'll tell you how much Hollywood expects to lose because of the coronavirus outbreak. Before we get into that, did you see Aaron Paul actually doesn't have a smartphone anymore? He got something that's like, I guess, a dumb phone. It's a basic light phone, and it can't have apps. It only makes calls and texts, and it only stores 10 numbers. There's no camera. The light phone retails for $350. That seems kind of expensive for a phone that doesn't do crap.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, and they're kind of taking advantage of people who are trying to make a statement, but at the same time, they don't want to give them the luxury of paying not a lot of money, which would make a lot of sense.
But what a dumb statement.
It is.
$350? Oh my God.
It's almost like, hey, I paid $1,000 for this hotel room that has no amenities.
Yeah, the tub doesn't work.
I'm scaling back.
$1,000, bro.
This doesn't make any sense. I think
Good for you.
That's annoying.
What a statement.
I'm sorry.
Aaron Paul has too much money. Pass it on. In other news, it looks like Nicole Kidman is going back to Australia. She says with all of the craziness going on in the world, she wants to be close to her mother and protect her mother, who is now 80 and has pre-existing conditions. She wants to be able to do the things that her mother needs, like go and get things for her so that her mother doesn't have to leave the house.
Okay, good for
I
her.
love it.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to have to start considering that.
Absolutely. And finally here, Hollywood, they say, could lose $20 billion
Wow.
due to the coronavirus outbreak. As of now, the global box offices are taking a massive hit. They're saying somewhere around $7 billion right now. one of the reasons is a lot of movies that are ready to come out have just decided to pull. You know, the James Bond movie did it, along with a bunch of other movies, and they're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But in the meantime, you know, I mean, if you're worried about social distancing, the movie theater is not really a formula that fits into that. Yeah, let's sit next to strangers really, really close.
Yeah.
In a boxed up space.
It really is not going to work for a while. It'd be interesting to see what happens. I know a lot of people were ecstatic that Disney Plus released Frozen 2 months early. And so some movie, they might need to start considering saying, okay, especially to me, a mid-level movie. If you had a mid-level movie, and you know, the James Bond is different. I see they're postponing that because they don't want to lose so much money.
Big movie.
Right, exactly. But if you had a mid-level movie to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we ought to just release this on a streaming service because people are going to be they're going to be chewing through so much content that it actually might get more eyeballs and might get.
And if you're Disney, you're the movie house, but you're also the streaming company.
Right.
The money is coming to you regardless.
More people will sign up.
You're not lying about people wanting content. We actually had people legit watching Weird and Whatever yesterday because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That was the most numbers we've ever had live on a broadcast.
Okay, so the quarantine numbers are helping you.
They're itching to look at stuff.
They'll start figuring this out. Yeah, that's really kind of it. You know, we're starting to realize that, hey, the money's going to come somewhere else. People will still spend money, but just on different things.
That's a great idea about doing it online. I guarantee you more people would watch that movie than they would ever. Even if there was no corona going on and it was released in the theater, more people watch it online.
I started a job as a cam girl this weekend, and it's going pretty well.
Really?
Yes.
Do you want to make that a twofer?
Me and Lana?
Yeah. How do you make it sexier?
Oh man, we
should do an episode of
we could start
disgusting cam girls.
We could start our own virus.
Repulsive.
I've got nothing but time today.
People won't actually even watch that.
I would love to do a cam girl video with you.
Okay. Japer and I in drag today. Something to watch on the YouTube channel.
And that's what's going on in your kind of gross dirt.
Yeah, well, you know. Blame it on coronavirus, right?
Yes. Blame it all, y'all.
Everything.
Even if it has nothing to do with it, just blame it on it.
If you're late for a bill, even though you were late in February.
Corones.
Blame it on the corones.
Yeah. Got to say happy birthday, Flava Flav. He may be unemployed, but he's having a birthday today. He's 61 today.
Wow.
I don't know if he is unemployed. I'm taking his side in all this. You can't fire him.
I'm with Flava Flav. I stand with Flav on this
I stand with Flav.
I do too.
He is part of the group. One person can't fire the other when it's both of you.
Well, especially if it's an event that Flava Flav didn't know about or endorse.
Right.
And then you say it's Public Enemy.
It's not Public Enemy. It's Chuck D. By himself.
Yep.
We stand with Flav.
I thought there's no way I'd ever agree with Flava Flav, but I do.
There you go. Also, happy birthday to my big boy Christian, turning 12 today. Love Jess from Allentown. Happy 11th birthday to Willie Goat. Love Mom, Bobby, Maddie, Whitey, Pup Pup, Fender, and Mokiki. Will Gilson is his actual name. And also, please wish Craig a wonderful and happy birthday from Parrish and Ivy. There you go.
Aww.
Big KVJ Nationers and also big Florida Gator fans.
We love them.
Unfortunately.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Even though Kevin hates your team.
They know that. We talk about it quite often.
I know they know.
Mail at kvjshow.com. You can go ahead and get those birthdays to us. We had a very special birthday over the weekend. Virginia's grandmother turned 96 years old. Wow.
Can you believe that?
That is pretty amazing, huh?
And she has gone through some stuff in her life.
Oh, I bet.
Buried every man she ever loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, husband, boyfriend.
Yeah.
She lost her mother when she was a small girl. Her mother passed away from one of those horrible fever epidemic things.
Anything good ever happened in her life?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're leading with the depressing crap.
You're looking at me.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
I mean, can you name and rattle off any more depressing crap in under a minute?
One time.
96 years of pure misery.
Oh my God. I thought this was gonna be
Never
positive.
a happy day.
Happy birthday. This corona's got you twisted, dog.
No, I've always been like this.
Well, we called her to wish her a happy, not depressing birthday over the weekend.
Hello.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. And I called you to thank you for
Hi, Grandma.
What does he say?
He's saying hi, Grandma. That's Rocco.
I know who it is. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I love you. That was nice.
Oh, well, you only turned 96 once, Grandma. You're 96? Oh, my gosh. I've also got Kevin and Jason here with me, too, from the radio station.
Hey, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. This is a surprise.
Everybody wanted to say happy birthday and tell you they love you.
And you thank both Jason and Kevin, too.
Oh, no, it's so good talking to you. I mean, it really is. Wow, good for you. I'm always kind of curious because I think about this as, every year I get older as well. What is your earliest memory in life and what was going on and what were you doing day to day?
Oh, Mike, are you interviewing me?
I kind of have that interview question. I know. it's been on top of my mind.
I'm a little bit smart in the brains once in a while. What was my earliest memories? I don't know, maybe going to school.
What age do you think you were?
When I went to school, I was about 5.5.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. So your memory's going back 91 years. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's about what I remember. I remember in the house, that one family home we lived in.
That's impressive, Grandma, because I can't even remember last week.
Yeah.
What else can I remember? I can remember the surroundings of the house, in the backyard and a swing in the yard. And
did you have what was your transportation for the family?
Oh, my father always had a car.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what kind of car it was?
No. I know it had a running board. Hey, what am I doing? I'm giving away everything.
Yeah, you are. You're right.
Yeah, like what's the secret, Grandma? I mean, you're smart, you're with it, you still like to go like out and you dance and what's your secret?
I'm not dancing like I used to.
No TikTok?
Pardon?
Yeah, what would you say your secret would be to life?
Gee, that's a hard one. I mean, I've been fortunate wise. Not now, but coming up all the way, I've been very fortunate. And I've been fortunate. Had a good family.
Yeah.
And all along, mostly good. I mean, it had its ups and downs, but I got through it. That's right. But no, that was about it.
I think Kevin's interviewing you again over there.
I know. Well, to me, honestly, hey, when you get to talk to somebody that's 96 years old, there's got to be a world of wisdom in there and what you must know and what I need to know. I need to sit and talk with you for a while to figure it out.
I'll tell you the truth. I like a glass of wine once in a while. I like music. I like to be with people, that's for sure. And, I've been blessed with a good many good friends. And a good family,
That's great.
I love it, Grandma.
It's a life well lived.
So wise. I love it.
How are you celebrating today, Grandma? What you going to do?
We're going to your father's. I'm going to your father's. And the kids are coming over, and Patrick is coming, and, that kind of stuff.
How do you blow out 96 candles?
So that won't be, I can tell you.
That's tough.
I can tell you that.
Well, coronavirus, too.
I really can. And you're with my oldest grandchild.
Yes, I'm the oldest.
By far.
So old.
The OG.
Yeah, the OG.
So old.
And looks it. Well, we love you, Grandma. We just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday.
And thank you all, you fellas, too.
Oh.
I appreciate everything anybody does, really. And have a good day, guys.
You too. Happy
too,
birthday.
Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma.
All right, and thanks for the wishes and the presents. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Virginia's grandma's 96th birthday.
Yeah, you guys sent her a present. I signed your name on the card.
Oh,
Love it.
fantastic.
I love it.
I love when people do that.
We picked out some good stuff, Kev.
You did. You picked out. You sent snacks and fruits and candies, and I think sometimes food is a great gift.
It's the great equalizer. It really is the best gift.
Everybody likes chocolate-covered nuts.
If someone gives you your favorite food as a present and you're not expecting it, you crap happiness.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out for one of our big KVJ Nationers, the amazing Terry. He texted me. He is undergoing surgery at St. Mary's Hospital right now, abdominal surgery. So I just wanted to give him some love and some prayers to go with him as he goes through that.
Was it something scheduled or is it emergency?
It's emergency.
Oh, no. Praying for Terry, y'all.
All right, Terry, we're thinking of you.
Mm-hmm. Got this email from Katie. Boy, there's a lot of social awkwardness being thrown out there now with the coronavirus, especially when you have a meeting of the two different camps, the people who are, very concerned about it and the people who are not concerned in the least. And Katie's saying, my in-laws just got back from a cruise in the Mediterranean, including Italy. And now that they're back, they're pressing hard to come see our 3-month-old daughter. I said, no way until at least 2 weeks and after they are tested. My husband thinks I'm being dramatic, and they are hurt and upset.
Well, you tell them that you are a mama bear and your one most important job on this whole entire globe is to protect your baby. And if anybody's got a problem with that, they can suck it.
I knew this was going to start happening, where this is going to start being a conflict.
Yeah, oh yeah. She said, I don't care. She said, my husband said they're coming over anyway. I told him that I will take our baby and I will drive out of state. Am I being dramatic?
No, you're not being dramatic. Tell them to wait 2 weeks. You can Skype the baby. You can FaceTime the baby. But you cannot come over and hold the baby until you've been okay for 2 weeks.
The driving out of state might be slightly dramatic. Driving out of state, well, now you're going across the state line. You're out in public. You're kind of doing.
She's like
going against what you're trying to protect.
I think she's going probably the extra mile to say, look, I am sorry. There is no way they're getting a face-to-face with my baby until this happens. And he's like, no, sorry. He's like, I'm part parent too, and these are their grandparents, and they're going to come over and see the baby. And she's like, I will get this baby, and I will drive out.
Yeah, you can't have the parents come over yet. They gotta get tested. They're being babies.
You cannot have the parents come over yet. Tell them to just wait. If they have no symptoms and they're not sick for 2 weeks, then they come over. Chill out.
Well, I mean, you came back from Italy. It's not like you're being paranoid.
Italy is shut down.
Are you kidding me?
And cruises are shut down.
Yeah, well,
because those are two hotbeds of growth for the virus.
Didn't I see the headline? There was a cruise ship that docked in Miami, and one person had tested positive for coronavirus on it, and they let thousands of people off the boat. And
that happened.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was their boat.
That was not smart.
But imagine if that was it, and here comes Grandma and Grandpa. Hey, we're back, and let's see the baby.
It's a news story because people are so upset that they let all those people off that boat. Do you think that your family should now just invite you into the home with the newborn?
They do. They're like, we miss her. We've been gone forever. We haven't seen our baby.
You're insane. You are insane, grandparents. You are wrong on this one. Sit your ass at home for 2 weeks.
There are actually 2 cruise ships that disembarked yesterday in Florida that had issues. Yes.
That had issues?
Well, here's what it was. There was one ship out of Miami that on the previous cruise had someone disembark that while this current cruise was out, tested positive for the coronavirus. And that is, they let everybody disembark that ship without issue yesterday in Miami. And then there was another ship where they don't know what caused it, but somebody had died during the week that the ship was out. And they decided, the health department, that they wanted to test that person before anybody got off. But they told them that at 9:30 in the morning. So most of the passengers already disembarked by the time they stopped it. So the ship holds 2,000, and there were only like 600 people still on board when they stopped disembarking it.
Oh,
so all those people disembarked from those 2 ships with potential issues.
And we don't know what killed the one person.
I haven't heard yet, no.
Stay on it, Suits.
Believe me, I am. I'm on this cruise ship stuff like crazy.
You sound like you're getting good information. Very impressive over there.
Oh, thanks very much.
This is where he goes and he wins that.
Some people shine in a crisis.
Yeah.
That some people is you.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Some people don't. Those people are me.
I was talking to somebody, smart dude. He's this guy's like a young entrepreneur, not even like 30 years old, has successful businesses.
I already hate this guy.
I do
He
too.
sounds really
Let me guess,
annoying.
he's good looking too.
He was great looking, and he was talking about how he was just gobbling up cruise stock. And he said it's one of the best things to do. I can't remember if he said Norwegian was the way to go or not the way to go. So I walked out going, did he say that was the way to go or not the way to go?
Great job absorbing.
I'm like, all I know
You're
is,
the opposite of your friend.
All I know is Norwegian was either really good or really bad. But I'm like,
Suits
dang
can
it.
tell you. He
Yeah.
bought cruise stock.
Yeah, he
I
said it was
bought-
crazy. Where he said it was bottoming out like $9 a stock, something that had been over 100 not long ago.
Norwegian was trading last I saw at $11. I bought shares of Norwegian because that is a good one to buy. It was trading, so Norwegian
So
was
it was
trading.
good.
Yes.
Okay.
Norwegian was trading at like $54, and it's going for 10 a share. So if it bounces back to where it was when this all is done, and you buy 10 shares at $10, you're making $40 of profit on each share. Royal Caribbean's about $30 right now, and that was up at $130.
Wow.
So if that bounces back
Yeah.
and you buy a bunch of shares, you
When
can make.
that bounces back, it will bounce back.
That's why
Right.
that's why I keep buying shares, because there's no way once this passes they're going to get back to normal.
Right.
And they just shut down, like on Friday is when they shut down Royal Caribbean and a lot of the major brands, and the stock market hasn't opened yet today. So who knows what it's going to look like when everything opens up.
Okay. All right.
Something to watch.
Well, there you go.
Thank goodness you have suits.
Stay home, do some day trading. I'm like, was it good or bad?
I just nodded off.
You said day trading. He fell asleep.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, something to bring him back. Jaybird has put together his March Fatness snack bracket.
I took some time with this thing.
Yeah, he did.
This is a lot of pride, Virginia.
Well, you've taken, how old are you? 43 years.
I'm 42. I'm
Oh,
not
sorry.
43 yet. Step off.
Honest mistake.
He's put this whole thing together, 64 snacks, and because we don't have basketball to pare down, we're going to pare down snacks.
Oh.
Now, I deliberately put popular snacks that everybody likes. Most of them are snacks that I love, but I put a few in there that I know that I'm not crazy about, but I know the people love them to keep it fun and interesting.
Okay, I want to go over some of the matchups that we got in round one. So if you love snacks, this is something you might want to vote on. We'll get to that coming up.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, we're not going to have the typical March Madness this year. That has been canceled. I know a lot of people really look forward to that. In fact, they were saying that a lot of guys will schedule their vasectomies so that it's around March Madness. So after they get the snippy and they got to be laying on the couch, they'll sit there and watch March Madness. And they got the snippy and then they canceled their basketball, so they got nothing to watch.
Oh, and you can't watch porn because that
Yes.
area can't be disturbed.
What is someone to do? Just terrible stuff, huh? So what we've got for you, since there is no basketball here this year, is we are going to be doing the March Fatness bracket.
Thank goodness.
This is done with pride. Whether it's controversial or not, that's for the people to decide, but I gave it my all.
When there's a crisis, some people rise to the occasion and step up and help the masses.
Yes.
And that person's you.
Thank you. It feels good, actually. Keep that coming. I like that.
Jaybird really worked hard putting this thing together here, and what we've got is 64 matchups here.
Yeah, Corona's got us all twisted. I'm giving you compliments. You know the world ain't right.
Well, me and Kevin were talking yesterday via text. He's like, yeah, we want to do this March Fatness. And I go, yeah, 64, though. That's a lot, man. We probably got to do 32. And then I got into it, and then I text him right back, we're doing 64.
Yeah.
Some gave all.
I got really into it.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd do all right with this. Some of the matchups: Snyder's Honey Mustard Pretzels versus Planters Salted Cashew Nuts.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
I do like both of those.
I do.
Yeah, it's
Two
gonna
of
be
my
tough
favorite
one.
snacks.
Oh.
So to me, these are all there's not really any crappy snacks there. They're all pretty much something the masses love and like.
And that's what we expect from you. I knew you'd deliver.
I'm doing this totally on taste. I'm not doing it on any kind of health awareness, and I'm going with Snyder's Honey Mustard Pretzels for the win on that one.
Oh, make no mistake about this bracket. This has nothing to do with health.
Yes.
If you try to put health into my bracket, you're kicked out of the league.
Gosh, I love cashews, though. Cashews are my favorite nut.
I stand with Fat Kevin on this. The
Yeah.
Honey Mustard Snyder pretzels are way better.
Okay, that gets the vote. Cheetos versus Lay's potato chips regular.
Cheetos.
Me too.
Cheetos. All the people love Lay's. Well, Lay's out just like
Lays
that.
are good, but Lays aren't thick enough.
Are we the ones voting or are the people going to vote?
The people are voting. I'm just going through my own bracket right now.
We're just talking amongst friends.
Yep.
Look, I'm really into this.
Yeah, this is up for everybody to vote. So you can go on right now to any of our social media and find it. Also, go to kvjshow.com. It's posted up there right now. You can vote on these. There are 64 different snacks. We, on Wednesday, will knock it down to 32 from 64.
Hashtag doing the Lord's work.
There's one snack that I'm pulling for to win the whole championship. I don't want to say what it is yet.
Don't try to sway the
I'm not,
voting.
but there is one snack that I'm pulling for.
Planters cheese balls versus Bugles regular.
That is a tough one.
I'm going Planters cheese balls.
I'm going Bugles.
I'm going Bugles.
I'm going Bugles. Yeah, that's a tough one though.
Bugles are fun.
Snickers versus Baby Ruth. I'm Snickers.
That one, that's an unfortunate first round in my opinion.
It is, and that's the thing about the regular men's bracket too, is you have sometimes really bad matchups. You're like, well, why did we draw them first round?
That happens a lot, or not a lot, but it does happen.
It does, where you're just like, what a terrible draw for us.
Because
it's not fair.
Both of those deserve to go further into the tournament, in my opinion. Wow, I didn't know it was going to work out that way.
Mr. Goodbar versus 100 grand.
Mr. Goodbar.
I'm going 100 grand.
Wow.
Yeah, 100 grand.
Okay. Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies versus Nutter Butter cookies.
Nutter Butter.
Nutter Butter, without a doubt.
Do you know they make double butter nutters now?
Yeah, I do.
Double the peanut butter. Just like the Oreo double stuff, double Nutter Butter.
Look, when it gets down to the sweet salt, or the sweet and salty, I was trying
Are
to...
you okay?
No. It's because
He's too excited.
You're going to see chips versus candy bars. You're going to see that. You're going to see those kind of matchups.
How about the Little Debbie Star Crunch versus the Hostess Chocolate Ding Dongs?
That's another unfortunate matchup.
I'm going to go Star Crunch on that.
I'm going Ding Dongs.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
Whoa is right.
Whoa. Nachos Doritos versus Cheddar and Sour Cream Ruffles.
Ooh. Nacho Doritos win. This is a tough first round.
It is tough first round.
Every round's going to be tough, though, Kevin.
Okay. Well, there you go. So you can go and chop that down. It's going to go from 64 to 32 on Wednesday, and then by Friday, we'll have it down to the sweet and salty 16.
I really hope people play along. Only because it took a long time to do.
They will.
Yeah, play along with me. I'm asking you to play with me.
People will play with you. This is the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So it's a Munch Madness, somebody said there.
Oh,
Munch Madness.
That's good.
Jaybird's Snack It or Snack Bracket.
Oh, this is good.
A lot of good plays there. Yeah. You just go to kvjshow.com and you can go on ahead and cast your votes right now. One of the texts we just got in said, my coworker's daughter had to postpone her wedding that is scheduled for next weekend. So that is happening. I know Bird's got a wedding that is coming up on the 4th.
3 weeks.
Yeah. And that's going to be kind of interesting. Somebody else texted in and said, look, I am not rescheduling my wedding. It's still going through. And I think Jay Bird's friend has kind of that take on it as well.
But what if you can't get the venue or the caterer to play ball?
I already spent 3 nights at a hotel for this thing. I don't know if you'll get your money back for that.
Someone else texted in and said, we own a production company for weddings. We are getting calls to reschedule. The whole industry is at a standstill, not sure what to do. We are booked all the way into 2021 and rescheduling is getting hard.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I thought.
And what if there's a funeral you have to go to? Do you not go if it's more than 50 people?
Great question.
Is it though?
I don't think I would go to a funeral right now. The dead person doesn't care.
Yeah,
that would be,
it's true. They're good.
The dead person's like, yeah,
good,
I see your point.
You're all cool if you guys can skip mine. It's cool.
Yeah, that seems to be what is going on right now, is where to go into society, how the groups, and there are a lot of people being called out. I tell you, if we do a little Corona call them out today, we got a lot of people that we need to probably put on blast and be like, look, man, you got to get this right. This is new stuff for all of us. And you may say, look, I feel fine. I don't care. I'm not susceptible. It's all about, we need consideration more than ever, because it's not about a majority of us. It's about the minority of us that can be greatly impacted if they catch the coronavirus.
You are right.
I got a good call him out. It was a nice call him out. You could tell the guy trying to help me felt good about helping me. I was at Walmart and this guy was grabbing some Hot Pockets, and I saw him grab Hot Pockets, and a few minutes before I had grabbed Hot Pockets. So I was just making conversation, like, oh, fine choice, my friend. He's like, oh yeah, I love Hot Pockets. And he goes, listen, here's where the soap is at. It's kind of hidden in the area, so I just want to let you know. And he told me where the soap was and kind of showed me where it was, and he was very kind to do that.
Okay, that is nice.
You could tell he wanted to help.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that want to be cool and help out right now.
Absolutely. And focus on that.
Yes.
Focus, just like Mr. Rogers said, focus on the helpers.
Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of them that are out there. I thought it was really nice to see some of the stuff going on, even globally. There's a video of doctors and nurses in Wuhan, China that were smiling and removing their masks. It's kind of been making the rounds via social media, which is, optimism for all of us here who are going to be going through what they've already done. China closed the last of its emergency hospitals last week after spread of the virus here has finally leveled off. Probably saw some of the videos, too, that were going on in Italy. People coming out on their balconies singing together. That went viral this weekend.
So I guess my question is, let's say, okay, China gets it under control.
Mm-hmm.
So does life go back to normal, or do they just contain it now because everyone is not going out in public? They basically paralyzed the problem. Have they paralyzed the problem, or have they figured out a way to do everyday life stuff?
I think that it will start gradually getting back to it, because I think it's the virus kind of runs its way through and the amount of people that are susceptible to it decreases. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they're doing. And I don't know what the plans are
is
for returning
Wuhan
back.
Up and running, or are they still shut down?
I think some of them are getting out of quarantine.
Well, do they get up back and running, and then in 2 weeks they go, wait a minute, we haven't beat this corona yet? You see what I'm saying?
I got the corona again.
Yeah.
And that's just asking a question here.
I think they got to figure that out. I think for a lot of this stuff, we don't necessarily know. And I was watching an interesting little TED Talk with Bill Gates from 2014, and he was talking about a lot of these because he's been spending a lot of time and a lot of his money trying to eradicate polio in Africa, but he's been also studying disease. And he says how we used to have drills for the military, we need to have now trying to deal with germ warfare and germs that might be out there. You need to have these kind of like drills to say, so even everybody in society, what to do when this kind of stuff happens so that you don't have a lot of these questions. We know how to quarantine, what that means. Businesses know how to react. Social markets, financially, we know what to do to be able to try to offset some of the financial impact. So this is something that you hope this never happens again. But in the likelihood that it does, you're prepared for it, and everybody knows exactly what we all need to do and how we need to act. And we all realize we don't have to buy 8,000 rolls of toilet paper to get through it. That would be nice. In Italy, too, they had some videos, not only people on the balconies. If you go over to Spain, they had people that are going to their windows and giving healthcare workers a huge round of applause.
Oh, I love that.
Which was kind of cool.
Those people are on the front lines, and a lot of healthcare workers are now sick because they were just trying to help and treat people, and they caught it.
Yeah, they say it's one of the jobs is out there that is obviously, and for good reason, one of the riskiest that is out there for exposure to the coronavirus. They said, according to the New York Times, the riskiest job is the dental hygienist. They said that is the riskiest job to have for getting coronavirus.
Really?
Well, think about it. You're all up on that mouth, breathing.
Yeah. And then, anybody in the medical fields, doctors, nurses, and the such.
With so much extra time, yesterday I flossed my teeth for 20 minutes.
Okay.
I feel like I don't need to go to the dentist for a little bit. I got in there with the brushes and the floss, and I was angled.
Here's the thing. Nobody likes a bragger, Virginia.
Well,
And it sounds like you're floss bragging.
You've got nothing but time if you're quarantined. Do your own teeth.
Okay.
Don't go, infect anybody.
Kevin, she hasn't yelled in about 15 minutes. She's due to kind of bark at somebody.
And furthermore,
do your own damn teeth.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I saw Dr. D, my orthodontist, was talking about how they're still seeing patients and whatnot, but if you don't feel well, please don't come in. And they're asking their patients to not do that. So that goes without saying, but that's just kind of it. You got to use a lot of common sense here, and you got to just, hashtag be cool. We talk about that. Hashtag be cool. And unfortunately, some people aren't that are out there. Like that guy who got on the plane when he knew that he had the coronavirus.
So even that story's got conflicting reports, because I heard he didn't know until he got on the plane.
I don't think that's true. I think he knew.
That's a lie? Okay.
It's been confirmed that he knew and still got on the plane because he was trying to get out of New York.
Just trying to get home or whatever.
Yeah, he's in New York coming to Florida.
Got
right.
Yeah, and
I mean, that guy, I can't. Have they figured out who he is yet?
Well, here's the thing that everybody should be wary of is that apparently they're able to track back the virus and know exactly where it came from, which is kind of crazy. So if you do wind up spreading coronavirus, there's a good chance it'll be traced back to you. Virologists and epidemiologists can and will trace strains of the virus back to their local origins. And that's to, curb the spread of the virus. But it means that you'll find out just how many people you got sick. Apparently, they're able to track the virus that way.
Are you? I mean, that sounds kind of hard to do.
Apparently, they can. That was the story I was reading today on it.
They're talking about how, too, they can tell, like, over in Korea, they had, 31 people that they asked to quarantine that were sick and that had it. So, 30 of them did it. And patient 31 did not.
So look how narrow that is.
And they can show you exactly from patient 31 where that dude spread it and where the cells increased from one dude.
It's kind of a heads up, so they can do that. So if you're doing this and you spread it, they can track it back to you.
Can we make a pact right now, though? If one of us gives it to the other, I'm talking just KVJ here, we're not going to be that mad at the person.
Well, if
we're not deliberately trying to get it.
If it's an accident, you can't help it.
Yeah.
If you don't know you have it.
We're talking deliberate people that are where they don't feel well, they know they've got something, and they don't care.
They have the symptoms, and they still go around other people. That's messed up.
But you test positive all of a sudden. Oh, Bird gave it to you. We know he did it on that one Tuesday, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to feel the wrath of Hurricane Virginia.
No, it's the people that get a positive test back and decide to get on a plane.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, let's go ahead and kick his ass in an alley.
There's another thing to do, too. There's a guy on an American Airlines passenger plane that delayed a flight to Nashville for over 8 hours. He's like going, I got the coronavirus. And they took it seriously, and they said they shut it all down so everybody on the plane, they were all delayed by 8 hours.
That guy also, let's take him in an alley, too.
Definitely not the time to be jokey joke.
Don't joke about it.
And did you see the guys who hoarded 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer?
I saw that. So the audio you're about to play is the guy who got busted, and he's trying to turn it around a little bit so it doesn't look that bad.
Because they got shamed so much. People were so upset with them that now they're like, we're trying
to help people.
They're trying to spin it now to take some of the hate off of them.
They better.
When they were going around trying to buy it up and then, jack the price on it and
they
make
did
money.
Jack the price.
Yeah.
So they bought it for $1 and they were selling it online for between $8 and $20.
Yeah.
And then Amazon came in and said no and shut them down.
The thing about this clip, that's just listen to how long he pauses when they ask him this one question.
With business, there's wins and there's losses. And this is a situation where cutting my losses is the right thing to do. The bulk of it was purchased with just driving around to retail stores in the Chattanooga area. The pricing on Amazon was definitely higher than retail.
Would you say you're sorry?
Sorry for purchasing. Sorry for buying all of this. No, I don't think that I would.
Oh, all right. Let's kick his ass too.
Yep.
He's double downing.
He's doubling down. What a douche. I mean, there's so many ass kickings. We don't have enough time to kick all this ass.
I mean, you better get a bigger alley.
We need a huge alley now.
That's all I'm saying. There are some column outs going on. Somebody texts in, the guy that was on the JetBlue flight was on his way to Port St. Lucie to do a walk inspection on his home that's being built. That's why he had to get here with such
imperative. That's why. Oh, it was so important.
And he said, my roommate works there, and they were warned that that's where this guy's coming. So you guys work on the project. The guy that was diagnosed with coronavirus is coming to inspect his house.
Okay, Internet, do your job. Get his name. Let's call him out.
Let's piss off the construction guys. All right.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Coming up in just a second, lots of celebrities are chiming in on what they think you should be doing during these times of the coronavirus.
Thank goodness for them.
I will share with you what some of their opinions are coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Netflix has just officially shut down all scripted TV and film physical production and prep for the next 2 weeks in not just the U.S., but also Canada. All shows are being halted and production is just screeched to a complete stop. Disney TV studios shut down 16 pilots, and Apple suspended all active filming on projects from outside studios. So it sounds like everybody is stopping everything. The first major movie theater closures have happened as well. We've heard about some theaters that are doing, distancing, put a seat in between every 2 seats, but now you've got theaters in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, all closing on their own, not because they've been mandated to, but closing because, look, if the governor's saying they don't want a bunch of people together, how can you get more together with a bunch of people in a closed-in box than a theater?
You brought up the Netflix stuff. Have you guys noticed? Did you bring up Netflix?
I did.
Okay, yeah. Is this a new feature on Netflix where it says if you put on a show, it has the listing if it's trending or not? How many people? Like it's the top 10.
Yeah, they're ranking them now. Yeah.
Okay, that's a newer feature.
Yeah, it is.
That's a cool thing. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of celebrities talking. Taylor Swift took to Instagram to say, look, now is the time to cancel your plans and stay home for the safety of the vulnerable, like my mom who has brain cancer. Please stay home. Ariana Grande pointing out that fans are not taking it seriously and saying, please, if we don't do this, it's going to get worse. Stay home. Your hip-hop class and yoga class can effing wait.
No licking donuts. It's dangerous. That's how you spread disease.
Yeah, that's right. She should know.
Lady Gaga also took to post her thoughts on social media saying, look, it's not the easiest for everybody right now, but the kindest and healthiest thing we can do is self-quarantine and not hang out with people in large groups or anybody over the age of 65. I wish I could see my parents and grandmas right now, but it's much safer not to see them. And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
Talking about call them outs, people that just need to be called out for their bad behavior. That's why we do it, to try to keep society in check here. There's a lot of people that need to be in check. From the guys that think this is a great time to crack a joke, the guy who went on the American Airlines flight that said, I got coronavirus, that shut down the flight to Nashville for 8 hours.
Delayed the flight for 8 hours. So now you have to sit in the airport with all these people for extra 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
How about this on Saturday night? A guy in a hazmat suit ran into a Walmart in Las Vegas and started spraying stuff with an unknown liquid.
Oh, no.
That's how you get speared.
Ha ha.
There's also people running around doing that joke where you go, achoo, and you spray somebody on the back of the neck with like a little bit of water.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you're gonna get beaten up pretty bad from some people,
and you deserve it.
Not a great time. Yeah.
Are you gonna get beaten up? Though? Are people afraid to punch somebody?
Yeah. In the video, nobody beat this guy up, and he was doing it like to lots of people. And I'm like, you didn't do it to me. I would have grabbed a baseball bat.
Right. That's what they'll do. That's your social distancing. I'm gonna have to club you now because I can't punch you. Yeah, this guy on Saturday night that ran into the Walmart in Las Vegas in the hazmat suit sprayed this liquid. He wound up getting arrested.
There was an individual that came into the store. He dressed in a hazmat suit and started spraying certain items within the store. At this point, we know that approximately 13 people came in contact with this substance that was being sprayed. None of these individuals have shown any signs or any symptoms, and nobody has been transported at this time. What we know is that one of the individuals that was inside of the store came out and was able to follow the suspect and was able to get his license plate. That allowed our officers to be able to locate this individual and place him in custody.
Okay, so now we know. Can we just hold off on, the coronavirus social? This is not the time to try to get your trending and viral YouTube video.
No, not that way. Not jokey and scaring people.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna go viral?
Right. I just opened up my TikTok account.
Figure out something else, guys.
Got some other column outs here that people said, just to let you know. Maybe check your behavior out there with the coronavirus running around. Somebody texted and said, I need to call out a lady that was at the Jupiter Walmart last night that looked extremely sick. She had the face mask and everything. Her eyes were swollen and she was coughing. Stay home.
I saw another woman at Walmart. She was in the parking lot. I'm walking up and all of a sudden, because now you hear a cough and you just start looking around.
Oh, you want to fight.
She is hacking up a lung and you're thinking, what the hell are you doing out here? And of course, it was one of those things where every aisle I was in, she was in. I kept running into her.
You can do curbside delivery now.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart especially.
Well, if you're hacking up lungs.
What are you doing? Why are you coming in the store? You're an idiot.
And there are a lot of chains now, too, that are even offering free delivery. Chipotle, they recently announced free delivery on purchases of $10 or more through March. Burger King has $0 delivery fees on Grubhub for orders over $10.
Nice.
Through April 26, KFC offers free delivery. CVS is also waiving fees on home delivery. So there's a lot of ways you can do that. Even Starbucks, they said, ain't nobody coming in the stores. They shut that down. It's got to be drive-through windows. So you can still get your stuff and still actually, support these restaurants. But, do the delivery. Jay does it all the time.
I'm going to support some restaurants today.
Yeah.
Yeah, get delivery, get takeout.
Yep. Should. People need to.
And if you're talking about they're taking off some of those service charges, that's pretty exciting.
That is.
Call them out here. Somebody said, my coworkers aren't coming in to work for 2 weeks because of social distancing, but I saw them on Instagram all weekend long at bars partying for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you're right. So you can't go to work. For example, our entire sales department is not here at work. Our boss said you can't come into work.
Right.
Are they allowed to go party it up on the weekend?
They are, and I'm sure some of them are because a lot of them are dumb. I think if you do that,
take it easy, Virginia.
You're defeating the purpose. The social distancing and the not being around people is so you're not around people.
Well, they're trying to curb the hours of bars and shutting places down, too. You're going to see that start happening. Somebody texted in and said, I went to Tin Roof in Del Rey, even though the parade was canceled, and it was still pretty packed. Yeah, the Sandbars, somebody said, the Stewart bars and restaurants packed on Friday and Saturday. The Sandbar packed on Saturday. Mount Dora was busy on Sunday. Peanut Island was packed yesterday, I saw. So there's a lot of places that were filled up this weekend.
Wrong time to go in a ball pit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, my gosh. Hopefully, Chuck E. Cheese is ground zero, and they're shutting that thing down.
To me, any kind of arcade, I feel like
already, before the corones, you go into Chuck E. Cheese, and that is a risk.
I mean, anytime I go into an arcade, I always leave with a cold immediately.
Somebody texted in and said, I went to the West Palm Beach gun show this weekend. It seemed just as busy as it always is. So
oh, yeah, man.
I'm going to shoot the coronavirus.
I mean, when a pandemic is coming, arm yourselves, people.
Yeah, there are a lot of people saying, if it gets crazy, I want to be packing.
There's doomsday preppers that are getting ready. I was reading an article. People are taking money out of their bank. People are losing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the TP thing, I'm still trying to figure out. Somebody texts in, has anybody actually met a TP hoarder and picked their brain? Just, what are you thinking? And I saw a lot of photos kind of shaming them over the weekend. There was one woman that probably had probably close to like 60 packs of toilet paper. She's trying to load it into this car, and there's no way it's even going to fit. I'm like, well, what are you thinking right now? Because you can't even fit all this in your car. What are you going to do with it?
The only way it's acceptable if she's an old lady and if she lives in a shoe.
Or if she's going out and giving that to others that are homebound.
Yeah, I just don't know how she's getting out of the parking lot. She didn't even do the basic, let's see, can all this fit in this little-ass car I got? And the answer would be no. So, there's just a lot of weird stuff going on right now.
People are losing their minds.
They are.
And I'm noticing this, too, a lot of fender benders. A lot of people are getting in accidents because they're not paying attention. They're not living in the moment, and they're just like running into each other. Be careful out there.
Yeah, I'm about to run out of gas.
Yeah.
Just blame it on Corona.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. You ran out of gas a lot before Corona.
Everyone's blaming everything on Corona.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's saying I can confirm the Chuck E. Cheese's are all closed. So
that's a good move by the mouse. He should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got to start somewhere, y'all. That is ground zero of germdom.
What could go wrong at a pizza buffet?
Right. So there are some positives as well. Somebody said, I'd like to do a positive call out and thank the employee at the Dania Beach Publix. They heard me say that I could not find baby wipes anywhere so that I could change my daughter's diaper, and they went into their own staff and gave me a pack of baby wipes. She has no idea how much that meant to me.
Aww.
So, yeah, just at a time like this, just a little bit being polite, being nice, courteous.
You're right. You can tell some people are struggling because even when you go to the store, if you just say one thing to somebody, some people all of a sudden they just want to start talking to you.
The cashiers they're upset because they don't want to be there. They got to be there because they need a paycheck. But I mean, think about it. They're exposing themselves to hundreds and hundreds of people every shift.
Think about too if you're older and you're alone and you don't have anybody to talk to, and then you're just talking to strangers because you are a little nervous. So yeah, the message, just be kind.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you're Facebook fishing.
Well, we all just be cool, because if not, we're going to kill each other with this coronavirus stuff going on and social distancing and everything else that's happening out there. And so people are staying at home and now getting into Facebook fights. Well, there's so much activity going on.
A lot of fighting this weekend.
We had a lot to choose from here today, but this is the one that we pulled out for a special edition of Facebook Fishing Coronavirus Edition. We got Alan here who started this post. I will play the role of Alan. Virginia, you can be Carlos.
Carlos. Do you mind if I use an accent?
Please.
Okay.
Please do. Jaybird, you can be Greta.
What do you need from Greta? What kind of mood, accent?
She's just very yeah, I totally, I agree. Yeah. I mean, come on, people.
Okay, the same voice I do every week. Got you.
Yeah. And let's have Denny's play the role of Samantha here.
All righty.
Okay, here's what we got in this Facebook Fishing Coronavirus Edition. People going out in public right now are the most selfish people on the planet. Nobody cares if you're out and about, living your best life. So many selfish people.
Agreed. Anybody going out in public right now is a selfish a-hole.
Yeah.
Stay indoors, morons. It's not that hard.
Alan and Greta, no offense, but you both sound like you're a-holes. Some of us actually have to go out in public to get food for our families. Stop being so ignorant and judgmental.
You're calling me ignorant, Carlos? Aren't you the idiot who accidentally drove through his own living room a couple of years ago? Don't you have another DUI to commit?
Okay.
Carlos, you're so full of crap. He's probably one of those selfish lowlifes who's buying up all the toilet paper. Shut up, loser.
People, you need to calm down. Stop watching CNN and Fox News. If you all believe the media, then you're dumber than cat crap. This is all because of the Russians. Hashtag fake news.
Are you serious, Samantha? The Russians? How many more dumb people gonna comment on this thread?
Yes, I'm serious. You don't have to be so rude, Carlos. I could have brought up your DOI like Greta did, but I wouldn't do that because I got class, boomer.
We are all going to get the coronavirus because people like Carlos and Greta are selfish butt faces. So over all you dumb people.
I mean, that was one of just many Facebook fights that were fighting about that same thing.
How did you pick?
Yes.
There must have been a plethora.
There's a local personality that went after people for going out. I don't want to say who it is, but they totally called everybody out. If you went out, you were selfish, according to their Facebook posts.
Starting their own fights.
You'll see it.
Okay.
I love it.
Any others you saw that are entertaining, send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
They canceled March Madness, men's and women's basketball. Not going to be happening a lot of times. In fact, today would be the day that people would be filling out their brackets. If it weren't for coronavirus, one of the big topics today would be filling out your bracket. But unfortunately, without that going on, the coronavirus, we got to come up with something else. So we got our March Munchness snack bracket or snack it, I guess, that Jaybird has put together.
I also like the March Fatness. I think that's a good name.
March Fatness? March Fatness might be good. Yeah, okay. Snack it. Okay, there's a lot of different names we could give this.
A lot of snackets. A lot of snack it brackets.
Jaybird went through 64 different snacks and has paired them up. On Wednesday, we whittled the field down to 32. Now, we went through some of the matchups in round one earlier. Here's some additional ones. Tell me which one you would choose. You've got salt and vinegar Lay's chips going up against Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
Ooh,
salt and vinegar Lay's.
That's tough, man. I mean, I grew up on salt and vinegar chips. I grew up on salt and vinegar chips and grape soda.
Okay.
That was my favorite combination.
I love the salt and vinegar chips. I will tell you, though, there comes a tipping point. Have you ever had it where you have so much, your mouth is like puckered, and you're just like, I love them, but I just can't do anymore.
You can't take it. At
Yeah.
a certain point, you're like, enough.
Got to tap out.
I'm telling you, with the grape, it's such a great little combo.
It cuts it.
It's a good pairing. I'm big into the snack
The
pairings.
sweet will cut the vinegar.
Okay. Maybe that's what you got to do. If that's the case, I think I'd go salt and vinegar Lay's.
You eat as many as you can, then you chug a whole bunch of sweet soda so you can eat more.
I mean, she ain't lying.
That's a great plan,
I'm
huh?
going to go with salt and vinegar on that one. It's tough, though.
It is tough. Twix versus Almond Joy.
Again, an unfortunate pairing first round.
You didn't pair these, Kevin did?
Well, I started to pair them with Denny's a little bit, but he was running out of time, and so
you're too close to it.
It is too close. Is it wrong that the candy bars are going against candy bars in the first round? Should a candy bar have gone up against chips?
Don't overthink it.
You're right. You're right. I really will take this hard.
It's good. You're fine. I think the matchups are all great.
Just don't want to fail, Virginia. Not on this.
No. To me, oddly enough, I'm going to go with the Dark Horse Almond Joy because it's thicker, richer. I feel like there's more substance. Sometimes Twix, it leaves me, I feel like I just didn't get enough.
You like that nut, too, don't you?
I
like
do.
that nut?
I do. Almond Joy got nuts.
I'm going Twix.
You are? Okay.
You're
What
off
about
the
you,
quads,
Virginia?
Nikki.
I like Almond Joy.
It's a fancier candy
Yeah,
bar.
I do. I like it.
What about Kit Kat versus Hershey's Cookies and Cream?
Kit Kat all day long.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, Hershey's.
Really?
I love Hershey's Cookies and Cream. It's one of my top 5.
It's not going to be good enough to win the tournament. That'll be knocked out first round.
Pizza combos versus corn nuts.
Pizza combos.
I agree. Virginia?
Corn nuts.
Ugh.
Corn nuts give you the worst breath.
And I love to come over there and breathe on you after a bag of corn nuts. And I prefer the ranch.
Okay.
Dude, ranch corn nuts are gnarly. I do not like them. Talk about gnarly breath.
How you doing, J-Bird?
What about Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies versus Ritz Toasted Crisps, the original?
So this is an interesting pairing. You've got you got salt versus sweet. This is when it gets interesting.
Yeah.
You're going to see this later on in the tournament, by the way. It's designed that way. I'm going Ritz.
Me too, because I think Chips Ahoy are just, ugh. No, I'm okay.
Yeah, Chips Ahoy suck.
Yeah. Ritz, right?
Yeah. Chips Ahoy, it was one that I didn't love, but I put in there because I know a lot of people do. Was that the right move?
I like it.
I was thinking of the people on that one.
Okay. What about barbecue Fritos versus Wise Cheese Doodles? Barbecue Fritos versus Wise Cheese Doodles.
I'm going Wise Cheese Doodles. Those are the big long ones, Virginia. You can suck them and they disintegrate in your mouth.
I really
Yeah, those are good.
I like barbecue Fritos. I'm the odd man out on this one.
That's fine.
Funyuns versus Pringles pizza flavored.
This is a tough one.
I ate Funyuns every day for lunch in high school. I love them.
Talk about destroy the roof of your mouth, though.
They do.
Funyuns are like razor blades.
They are.
You
They're
ate
tough. You're
Funyuns
right.
every day in high school and you had a mullet? What a catch.
So stinky.
Terrible.
There's no way. Funyun.
The hormonal odor
There
combined
were
with
zero
the Funyun.
appealing things going on in there.
There's no way you didn't get Funyun dust in that mullet. There's no
Terrible,
way.
yeah. Terrible. I was a mess. And sad to say, I was about the best we had. Funyuns versus Pringles pizza flavored.
I'm going, it's tough. I'm going Pringles on that one.
Okay. Virginia?
I don't know. I hate Pringles.
Okay.
I have to go Funyuns. Nothing Pringles.
And another challenge here that we've got in our March Fatness Snack It. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups versus whatchamacallit candy bar.
And again, another unfortunate first round pairing. Both of these candy bars are stars, Hall of Famers.
You sound like an announcer now. It's like this is televised. In fact, ESPN actually might need this. They got nothing else to put on there.
Oh,
so
man.
we could get Jay-Bird doing play-by-play. This could actually be an ESPN event.
Rising to the occasion.
Yeah.
I really want people to get into this. Even if you're not, just lie to me. Say you love it.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. That's where I go.
I go Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but I got to tell you, I'm very sad for the great people of whatchamacallit.
Okay. It's a tough pairing, Virginia.
Cup all the way.
Cup all the way.
So just so you all know, Cup is ranked number 1. Cup is predicted to win
It's
the
a
whole
one
tournament.
seed.
Yeah, it's a 1 seed. It's
Okay.
predicted to win the whole thing.
All right, figured. All right, well, there you go. This did not make the playlist, and it should have. We did the coronavirus playlist on Friday, a 19-song playlist for the COVID-19 to kind of like keep on repeat, to remind people to be diligent against catching the coronavirus, all the things we're telling you to do, washing your hands, getting your sleep, taking your vitamins, all that kind of good stuff that you can play. Yeah, we did not get that one on the 19-song playlist.
Stressed out, definitely.
Yeah, that should have been on there.
Fits the mood.
There's a lot we didn't have on that list thinking about it. We didn't have Ben Lee's Catch My Disease.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Ben Lee? All right, well.
Am I supposed to know that? Is it mainstream?
Kind of glad that didn't make it.
Is that like your neighbor?
No.
Who the hell's Ben Lee?
It's a jam. Catch My Disease. All right.
Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife, she did her own quarantine-related playlist. Maybe one we did not get on there, too, that she had on her list that I thought was good was The Police's Don't Stand So Close to Me.
Ah, that's a great one.
Yeah, there were a few that were on there. We could have maybe bumped one or two off there and put those two in.
Michael Jackson's Leave Me Alone.
Oh, that's a great one, too.
Could have been good, yeah. I would have worked in there. Keep
Kevin's
it at
unimpressed.
keep it at the 19. There's a couple that got to lose out. So that's the tough part of it. But if you want to see the coronavirus playlist we came up with and check it out, it's on Spotify. You can go to kvjshow.com as well and check it out and vote on our Snack It while you're there. Got some people want to put some money down on this. Tell Jaybird this is something that we should be placing bets on.
I love. We can even bet moon pies on it.
We should definitely
Yeah.
place illegal bets on the radio. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You do so much stuff over the
I know.
over the radio. You lead the illegal activity.
Try to shut it down.
I won't. I think you're. I'm proud of you.
If you had to say, what is the overall? You think it's the peanut butter cups that is your overall? If you had to bet, that's the easy bet.
No.
though.
Question.
You got to say, what is the dark horse? When you're doing March Madness gambling, that's the thing is picking that. Usually it's a 12 seed that's going to make a deep run into the tournament.
There's one snack on there that I do have a dog or a dog in this fight. That's dog.
Chewy? You put Chewy on your list?
There's one snack that I want to win the whole thing, and it's definitely not one of the top 10. For most people, it wouldn't be on the radar. I'm not going to say what it is.
You won't say what it is.
No,
we
because
can't break you down.
Well, because I don't want to skew this tournament at all.
Some people are asking because it's Easter, should you have put the Reese's egg on there instead of the cup? Because the egg is better than the cup.
That's a debate that we weren't prepared to handle during this time of crises.
And it's seasonal, too. I mean, I
Yeah.
expect this thing to still live on in October, November,
That's why
when there are no eggs.
That's why we stayed away from holiday snacks.
I see your thought.
We kept it more of your everyday. But that's a great question, and maybe next year we will provide you with a Reese's Peanut Butter Egg.
Okay.
He's taking this so serious. He's never sounded more official.
I know. He's doing some, he's put the Lord's work into this. He's put in the
He
time,
did.
Virginia.
You did. You're helping the people.
This
Yeah.
bit could potentially make me cry.
Some are calling you a missionary.
Go to kvjshow.com if you want to go cast your votes right now.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
Yeah.
So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, the whacked out news today can be divided into two different categories. You've got coronavirus and then you've got Florida. That pretty much is it. Nice little combination, isn't it?
It is.
Well, we'll start off with coronavirus here. Police in Oregon had to ask people to stop calling 911 when they ran out of toilet paper because they say that does not qualify as life or death, dummies.
Come on, people.
It's crazy, right? A cute little place in Wisconsin added rolls of toilet paper to its menu. It's a pizza place, so customers can just add it on when they order a pie.
Did you see Publix was making little cakes that looked like a roll of toilet paper?
I did. Somebody
that
posted
was
on social.
adorable.
See, you're having fun, Publix, and I respect that.
Thank you.
Fun little way to do it.
You still got to keep your sense of humor.
You do, and you got to keep your sense about you.
And they say because of the toilet paper shortage, sales of bidets are through the roof.
We were talking about bidets on the Weird Whatever podcast, and Beckett and Denny's, they seem to believe that the bidet is going to be basically like the modern day microwave. It's going to be in every house eventually.
You think so, huh?
The toilets are going bye-bye, and the bidets are coming to stay.
Okay.
Well, wait, I think you need both.
I don't know. I'm not fancy enough for a bidet.
I think you can't poop in the bidet.
That's just to wash your butt, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You still need a toilet in addition to the bidet, right?
No, you can do a combo. Vanilla Ice had a toilet and it had both.
Oh, that's the fancy one.
Yeah, it was a toilet that would kind of like spray your backside.
It's going to be in every house. Some people predict.
Yeah. So they're just tough to drink out of. That's the only problem.
You've tried.
Yeah, all the time.
They're tough to bathe in.
Love to belly up.
They say somebody accidentally spilled thousands of feet of toilet paper on Interstate Arkansas on Friday. I mean, that's
Christmas.
That's almost like, at this point, that's like an armored car overturning. Spilling money on the highway.
Oh, people going to snatch that up quick.
Oh, they're going to start fighting on the highways. They say apparently more than a few couples spent way too long being quarantined together in China, and now that they're letting them out, they say the divorce rates are skyrocketing. There's like 84 couples who were quarantined together. I think they're all getting a divorce.
I was hoping it would go the other way and there was going to be a baby boom.
Yeah, not there.
Still early.
Not with them, yeah.
They hate each other.
The one thing that is booming, they say the online porn industry. In fact, cam girls are making a ton of money because of the outbreak. People are home and just, doing whatever they're doing. They say some people who are just starting the keto diet and getting what is called the keto flu are thinking they got the COVID-19.
Oh, no.
Yes. You get a little nauseous and sometimes feel a little off. And yeah, a couple weeks ago when I went back on the keto after doing the plant-based, felt a little weird. And I still really right now don't know if I got a little twinge of a bug or if it's keto flu. So I don't know. I guess I can see the confusion.
If you have any kind of anything that is setting you off even slightly,
I know.
In your head, you're like, I got it.
I got something.
I got the Coronas.
I got it.
At least have Corona Light.
Yeah. Something bad.
Everything is setting us off.
It is. They say even the terrorist group ISIS is telling its fighters to avoid Europe right now so they don't get sick. Even ISIS is afraid of the coronavirus. That's crazy, huh? They say that there is an immune-boosting cocktail called the Quarantini that they're encouraging people to try. It's made with powdered vitamin C drink mix.
I see that meme one more time.
Quarantini. It's just me drinking a martini.
Yeah,
alone.
we're drinking Quarantinis.
And here's the unfun part about it is the brand Emergency, who a lot of people are using their vitamin C drink mix, don't recommend you put any alcohol with it.
Whatever.
Right, huh?
Don't tell me how to live my life,
Yeah.
Emergency. If I want to put a little vodka in there, get off my ass.
I kind of had a fun whiskey Sunday yesterday.
Yeah,
I went to go buy that Emergency. They were out.
Yeah.
Completely out of Emergency.
Well, that's
Every
good.
single box gone.
Wow. Yeah, you can probably order that online, I wonder,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Now on to the Florida stuff. I don't know if you caught this because of coronavirus. This would have been a pretty big headline. You know, the guy who almost won the governorship of Florida back in November, Andrew Gillum, he was only 0.4% away from being the governor of the state of Florida, got arrested. I don't know if you saw this whole thing that went down.
We talked about it, didn't we?
I thought it happened after the show. It happened
did it
late
happen
Thursday.
after?
Well, it was late Thursday, but I can't remember how far we got into it. They had some of the more details that came out. It was at the Mondrian South Beach. He was there. If you didn't get it, they had some more things that came out, and there were some small bags of suspected crystal meth, and he was in the company of a man who had overdosed. That guy was a gay escort, they found out, and when the cops got there, Andrew Gillum was intoxicated and vomiting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he said that while he had not used the methamphetamines, he had too much to drink, and now over the weekend, he's kind of, commented and everything and said that he is planning on going to rehab now.
Yeah.
and jumping out of the public eye for a while. He'd been doing some commentary stuff on CNN. He's going to stop doing that for a little while as well.
I believe he was working, trying to help, get people to vote and working for whatever party he's a part of. I don't know, and I don't care.
See, now this is the time to interview him. This is what I want to talk
This
to
is
him.
actually when he's interesting. I don't want to hear him talk about politics. I want to hear him talk about if he was using the methamphetamines and was he using the prostitute. I'm curious about both.
Apparently the meth, no. I think the prostitute was supposed to be a friend. He was just apparently really hammered.
I'm sure nothing went on with the meth-smoking prostitute. I'm sure it was all in the up and up, Kev.
It wasn't my prostitute. It wasn't my meth. Okay. Heard that before.
He says, since my race for governor ended, I fell into a depression that has led to alcohol abuse. I witnessed my father suffer from alcoholism, and I know the damaging effects it can have when untreated. He said that I plan on stepping down from all public-facing roles for the foreseeable future.
Does he do better if he just comes out and says, you know what, guys? I got a prostitute the other night, and I loved it. I loved it.
No, he actually does not.
Well, there was one other guy that was in there, too. Yeah, I don't know.
He totally should put it on his friend and say, that was his meth, and that was his hooker.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't say it was your prostitute.
Mm-hmm. Well, people in Florida are on edge. A man pulled a gun on 3 men outside a gas station near Tampa after one of them called him a, quote, denim chicken, which I guess is a reference that only makes sense if you know the TV show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Denim chicken.
That's just funny to me. I don't watch the show, but denim chicken is funny.
Denim's just a fun, funny word.
Yeah. He punched one of the men in the face and slammed his vehicle's passenger door into him.
My goodness.
When the other 2 men got involved, the suspect pulled out his gun and pointed it at him. The man then drove away, but was later arrested at his home, and he's been charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault.
Sounds like this all could have been avoided.
And this is kind of fun. Last week, a couple was busted for having public sex outside of a hospital in St. Pete. Both were naked from the waist down, but the woman was taking coronavirus seriously. She was wearing a surgical mask.
What the hell is going on?
She's not worried about other viruses and diseases, but the coronavirus she was protected from, she thought, at least.
Huh.
Apparently, they were in full view of everybody in the hospital, and they were both charged with trespassing and exposure of sexual organs.
There's that organ word again. It makes it so much dirtier when you call it sexual organs.
Sexual organs. There you go. And that is your whacked out news.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
You know, the one thing that social media does now is it gives you a chance to talk with people from around the world and see what is going on globally. And this is really unique in the sense I've never seen a global pandemic where the whole world really at the same time was going through something. It's really odd and eerie that as you look at clips from over in Spain and Italy and France and other countries where the streets are just abandoned, like going, it's just eerie globally for the most part right now.
Right. And you can't get away from it. Like, if we're having hurricane drama, we can drive and get away from it.
Yeah.
You can't drive and get away from this.
Well, the other thing, too, with the hurricane stuff, you basically are getting updates every 4 to 6 hours, and that's when you have a change in whatever. This is one of those things where you refresh your computer every time and there's new news. You know what I mean?
In a hurricane, you even still somewhat know what to expect. Even if it's, I don't know if it's a 2 or a 4, but still you're like, okay, even within those parameters, I know. But with this, I don't know what to expect. Like, how long am I going to be inside? Are the kids ever getting back to school? Like, what is going to be going on? There's a lot of uncertainty with this because we've never really been through this before. So all those things are kind of there. Bobby on our Facebook page said, it kind of feels like we're getting a hurricane minus the shutters. And that really is kind of it. It's kind of got those tones. Even yesterday with so many people out, people are, hitting us up saying everywhere we went. I drove by Peanut Island just to see, and the sandbar was packed, and people everywhere are saying Fort Lauderdale Beach was packed. People are like, I've never seen Fort Pierce so crammed and crazy. It's just everywhere, and you usually see that right before a hurricane hits, and you expect that you're going to be, sequestered and quarantined and all that kind of stuff in your homes and not be able to go out with curfews, that people go nuts a little bit before, and that seemed like what everybody was doing over the weekend. We had great weather, too.
Yeah, it was
hot.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's just kind of interesting. We asked on our Facebook page, calling out coronavirus, how has the pandemic affected you? Just to hear what everybody's story is like. And we're getting some interesting tales, even globally. People were making some comments on it, which I find very fascinating.
Yeah, that is very fascinating. If you are in another country, how are you dealing?
Yeah, we had somebody from the Philippines saying it's just very odd that everything is, shut down here. You go around and they're seeing a lot of what, even in some states that we're kind of dealing with is, that it's anywhere you go is going to be closed. Sunday services were shut down. And, I know here locally, not a lot of churches were open. They tried to do pretty much everything online if they had that capacity.
Well, now the CDC is saying, hey, no groups over 50 people. And pretty soon they're going to say, no groups.
49, you're cool right now.
Right now.
Mm-hmm. You can have a party, and you can have a raucous party with 49 people.
But do you want to?
Well, to me, that doesn't make any sense because
no, it's completely dumb.
Because if you have 40 people or 50 people, there's really not that big of a difference, in my opinion.
Right.
Seeing a lot of people in the healthcare field that it's tough for them because they can't keep, the social distancing that you're talking about. They got to get close. In fact, earlier we were talking about the most susceptible professions that are out there to coronavirus, and it is people in the healthcare profession, doctors, nurses. And your dental hygienist was number one. It's at least according to the New York Times.
Dental hygienist is number one. Okay, I think my sister beats that. She's an ICU nurse. In the ICU in her hospital right now, she's got 2 patients with the coronavirus.
Wow.
That she has to treat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah? Well, I have an aunt that works at a hospital that was dealing with 3 coronavirus patients, so take that. I'm just kidding. You're making it sound like a competition.
I think the riskiest job is that person's getting paid $5,000 to actually get the coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, that person's a volunteer, and there's no way.
Bridget Nielsen, the actress, said she'd
do it?
Willingly get the coronavirus for the money.
Yeah.
She said she'd do it.
Times are tough.
I guess.
I mean, if that's where you're going with it, you are really hitting rock bottom.
Yeah, you get to sit around for 2 weeks. You take care of yourself.
Brigitte's no spring chicken.
Would you voluntarily get it for $1 million?
No.
$1 million?
Yeah, tax-free. Would you get it for $1 million?
Oh, for $1 million, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know what Virginia's talking about.
Yeah.
I can't. If I give it to my husband, he'll die.
Well, get it and then quarantine your ass.
Yeah, he would love it.
So would we.
All right, fine. Maybe I'll just get it and die.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. We're just having some fun over here.
Oh, my sister just texted me. It's up to 9 patients in the ICU that she has to treat that now have the corones.
Really? Well, my fake
Having to do with that
My
block
fake
party they had in the French Quarter?
They've been having parties all over
Yeah.
Louisiana. They had to drive through Bourbon Street with police cars and shut Bourbon Street down physically because people won't stop partying and hanging out in bars and hugging all over each other and
That's
drinking.
what they had to do to Fort Lauderdale Beach and Miami
sharing
Beach.
green beer and all
Yeah.
that. I mean, like, come on, guys.
I can't believe it that New Orleans isn't, following the rules.
They don't follow the
I'm
rules.
so shocked that Bourbon Street's not playing it
They
by
are
the book.
not playing by the book.
It'll be interesting to see tomorrow that being St. Patrick's Day. Because there was that one bar owner, Church Street is a big party street in Nashville where everybody goes. If you watched the NFL draft there last year, I mean, you can go crazy on that street. And Maren Morris was on social media blasting people because they had a video from inside of a bar that was there. And this guy owns a lot of different bars, including Kid Rock's place that's there on Church Street. And he's like, I don't care what you say, I'm not shutting down. And people are all over him and be like, don't be a jerk. And he's like, all right, people want to come here and drink, I'm going to make the money.
I mean, it was 3.14 on Saturday. Super Pie texted me, could not get out of the airport. He was quarantined.
What airport?
He's coming out of Hong Kong. He's flying out of HK.
Really? Okay.
Hong Kong, huh?
Yeah.
How
Look
about
at
that?
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say the highest risk non-medical job is flight attendants.
Yeah, they are in it.
Mm-hmm. The lowest risk jobs, if you don't get coronavirus, become a logger, an artist, or a writer.
A logger. You say a logger?
Yes, a logger.
You would be a terrible logger. Don't even look it up.
I don't think you'd be a Swiss picnic at logging either.
Oh, I would suck. I'm not strong enough.
Our best logger, I think, would be Kevin.
Yeah,
Okay.
he could definitely throw a log.
Okay, I can log it.
Denny's, Suits, they would be terrible at logging.
Suits, I think, would cut off his arm. Accidentally.
Dead man walking.
I would cut off both of mine, so don't feel bad, Suits.
Tough part about a lot of this, though, is if you're a business owner. I was watching the news, and they had Rocco from Rocco's Tacos on, and he was saying that basically they're seeing September numbers in March. March is their time to crush it with all the events that you got going on. You know, Sunfest was canceled. They've postponed Tortuga to the fall. So a lot of these businesses that got that spillover from these things, they're, really hurting on that. Somebody has a food truck, said, yeah, this is our prime time of year to be doing events. Sari on our Facebook page said, we own a video production company and we focus on all these events that are supposed to be going on right now.
Oh, boy.
And it's scary financially. So I know that the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates to 0 trying to help out the economy. And there's a lot of people that are trying to help out their employees and whatnot. And that's just it. We need to try to figure out how to help people. So that's some of the stuff that's going on. The daycare stuff, too. In fact, I'll tell you, if you jump onto this thread that we had Lauren who said, my baby's daycare is shut down and they won't let the parents ask the teachers to nanny for their babies individually. So I got no childcare, but I still have to work. And Chelsea responded, said, hey, I'm a part-time nanny and mother of 2 kids in Jensen Beach. If any of you are looking for help with childcare this week, I got myself and other people in a network here, and we can help out if you feel confident to do that. So this is a way to connect on social media. So you can go to our Facebook page and check and see how it's affecting people. On Facebook, just go to Facebook and go to the KVJ Show page. Well, seeing how the coronavirus is impacting people globally, I think South Florida really takes it even harder because travel and tourism is our #1 industry. And with these shutdowns that are happening and people not traveling, the cruise industry, we know their stock prices we were talking about earlier are plummeting and they're shutting down the cruises. I mean, that is massive to all these people that count on all these things for work and their livelihood. And we're just, trying to figure it all out. How are we gonna float this stuff? There are a lot of people out there that are really scared right now because of what's going on financially. One tech said, my husband's company writes software for the travel industry, and they had to lay off half of the company.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. Somebody else texted in and said, public school aftercare counselors are out of work right now and not being paid. They're looking for work. And somebody else said, I've been out of work looking for a job, and I've been trying to do interviews and get this set up, and now nobody's interviewing anybody.
No.
So that's just prolonging my unemployment. So that's adding anxiety to me. Somebody said, hey, can you shout out all of us Publix workers, too? We're busting our asses out here, and we're not off of work because of the craziness.
Magnolia's been working there part-time. I made her quit yesterday.
You did?
And I went in there and talked to the management team that was very kind and very understanding. I said, look, this kid has asthma. I can't risk her getting the coronavirus for a part-time job that she doesn't really need. She's not making money for the household to support anybody. Like, it's just too risky.
Yeah.
And they were very kind, very understanding. They said they would miss her, and hopefully that when this passes, she'd come back. And it's just a scary time.
Yeah, it is. It's an uncertain time.
But those people, they're in Publix, and they're in the grocery stores, and they're in the drug stores, and they're checking everybody out, and they're front lines too as far as risk. So make sure that when you go through the line, first of all, you're not hassling them because they're out of eggs, which that was happening yesterday. People were yelling at the Publix cashier because Publix was out of eggs. Like, really? Get a grip. But thank them for being there because they're putting themselves at risk so you can bitch about eggs.
Publix, if you're listening, thank you, with or without the coronavirus. I'm always a big fan of your work.
Yeah.
Jennifer said, yeah, I'm doing a voluntary quarantine right now. I was in Europe last week. No symptoms, but I'm just doing my part to keep everybody safe. And someone else texted and said, yeah, my daughter went to Canada on Saturday, and she's traveling around, and she's being denied entrance into the restaurants and the clubs based on the fact that she's a U.S. citizen. They won't allow her in.
What's all that about?
I know, right? So interesting that that's what she's facing traveling around. So as far as like what it means for us, there are a lot of stores. Starbucks is only doing the drive-through stuff, and you're probably going to see more and more of that. I know that in cities like Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach, they are going to be ordering bars and restaurants to close by 10 p.m., and they're capping crowds at 250. That's where they are right now, and if they follow the CDC, they might knock it down to 50. How crazy would that be, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, you've probably seen him on TV. He's recommending a full nationwide lockdown and thinks that maybe that could be next. So you might see that all over the place.
So a lockdown would mean you can't leave your house at all?
I think it would close basically everything that's non-essential. They might still have some food stores, and you might be able to get to a CVS or a Walgreens, but anything else would pretty much be shut down.
Oh, that would be a nightmare. If everything's shut down but like a Walgreens, it's going to be...
I mean, that's kind of, I think, the way it's going to go. People keep being out and about and partying and hanging out with each other.
I think you'll see that really coming to an end. I don't think this weekend, and I really would be surprised if for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow you saw people out raging.
I hope not.
I really think that yesterday.
I don't know, Kev. People
fallout
are going to
today.
probably go out and rage tomorrow. I'm not
You
kidding.
think so?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot. I think you'll
Are
see.
bars open tomorrow?
That's a great question, but if bars are open, people will go.
You think they'll be outraging, huh?
They were doing it this weekend.
You just said they had a Peanut Island party. That was yesterday.
I don't hate the Peanut Island as much as I hate the idea of a closed-in bar.
Yeah, because when I asked on our social media, everybody thought that would qualify. Just partying on the back of a boat was okay for social distancing. So there were a lot of people who thought that was all right.
It is different to me.
Okay.
I just think being in a bar and being outside on a boat is different.
Okay.
But remember last week, you're like, if you want to be open, that's your constitutional right. But do you still feel that way?
Yes. I don't think that right now that anything should be mandated, but like in a week or so, I think it's going to be mandated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
I
just
think
have to see.
People are slowly realizing, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to close my restaurant. I'm going to have to close my bar. And it's coming.
Yeah, it might be coming, and who knows, too, with the schools. I know a lot of parents are worried about the child care. The CDC is recommending that schools close for 8 weeks. And they say that may be what's necessary to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus.
Wow.
So that would change a lot of things. So we're all just kind of like right now in that holding pattern. We don't know. But if you want to jump into the conversation, go to any of our social media platforms, or you can text us 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
Do you want to watch the KVJ Show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
I think right now we're all just trying to figure out what exactly is going on in society with people. And it's kind of interesting because you see this stuff on the news and you hear people talk about it. And you're like, going, wait, what? Like somebody texted in and said, I went to Starbucks on the Okeechobee near I-95, big popular location, and the inside store was open to the public as well as the drive-through.
I thought they were going to close all the inside.
That's what we're hearing today. That's why I'm like, all this kind of stuff. You're like, all right, so what is going on? Like, still trying to figure it out. I thought so too.
Yeah, they had us reporting that. Thanks for making us liars, Starbucks.
Thanks for making us look bad again.
Or did they just call an audible themselves and say, I don't care, I'm going to open it up?
Are they all franchise? Yeah, I think they're all franchises, right?
Yeah, I mean, if the corporate says shut it down, I would think they would have to, but I don't know.
We're shutting it down.
Yeah. There are other places, Apple, Nike, Urban Outfitters, they've shut down their stores. That is going to be going down.
This is really kind of affecting our real year of adventure as well.
No, I know. The year of adventure is...
We're supposed to be skydiving. We had all this stuff planned.
Now for the year of adventure, I just got to sneeze in your face.
Pretty good sudden death.
It's very good sudden death.
It's literally sudden death.
It is. It could be sudden death. Yeah, grocery stores, Walmarts are changing their hours to give themselves time to restock the shelves. So I know people work at any of those places. You guys are being taxed like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to both over the weekend, and they both neither had toilet paper. They were all out completely. It's so weird to look down an aisle and see nothing. It
is weird.
Hit so hard. And I was talking to somebody that worked at one of the Publixes, and they had said that they had had a day off, and they're just working so much because they're busting their butts for people.
Somebody said with Starbucks, you can only do mobile orders. You can't sit in the Starbucks. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody said I work at Starbucks and the stores will be a grab and go starting tomorrow, meaning inside will be open, but you may not sit and stay in the cafe.
You personally, Kev, would you go into a restaurant right now, sit down, have a sandwich, get something to drink, and be okay mentally?
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah. I'm still okay with it. But I am trying to limit, how much I'm seeing other people, so
It's a good excuse if you don't like people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best excuse.
No, you're right. It is pretty good. I thought this is pretty funny. Melinda, she's like, I've been antisocial for years, and now it's just become trendy. Yeah, good for her. Yeah, hey, my whole computer just blew up, Denny's.
Uh-oh.
Corona.
Yeah, he just got sick. Just got sick and died.
Get in here.
You know, just free form off the top of the dome.
Yeah, that's weird. That looks ill, doesn't it? Yeah, that's
Oh,
not a
boy.
good sign, is it?
This computer was a piece of crap before the coronavirus.
Well, no, we got a new one. And now the new one.
It's a new one?
This is a new one, right? It's a new
What does
one.
that look like? Denny's is making a face of I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Well, why don't you tell me, what does that look like? How's that look?
Well, it's a blank screen that just has copy and paste control symbols everywhere.
Oh boy,
It's very odd. I've never seen it.
You got the computer corons?
Yeah. Okay.
It looked like Kevin rage quit and punched his computer.
Oh no!
And when I say rage quit, I mean rage quit the show.
Yeah, I don't know. Just wait. Kaboom. So there you go. All right. Well, I have no idea what's coming up. So we'll just.
Something tells me it's going to be about the coronavirus.
Probably. Yeah. There's not a lot, unfortunately, going on otherwise. So we'll get to that. And I can't read any of the texts that are coming in either. So it's pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. Well, then he's trying to get it back. But yeah, when my computer goes out, it shuts down everything. It's like if you're driving a car and somebody would put their hands over your eyes. Now go.
No. And there's a cliff coming up.
Yeah, you know somewhere, but you're not sure where. Yes. Yeah, okay. So thank you, Denny's. Is it good? Okay.
I wouldn't say it's good.
No. Okay.
Powerful
word is okay. All right, I'll do that. Yeah, somebody texted and said, I do inside pest control with most of my customers over 80 years old, and they don't want me in their houses. I'm not sure exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Switch to outdoor. I get that at my house. I don't do the inside because of the kids.
Yeah.
I just do the perimeter of my home, but I still pay the guy.
I don't know if I'll ever do inside again after that terrible moment with Chewy. I'm real shook about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be it. I think everybody is trying to figure out exactly how to, make things work.
Even the bugs are trying to come on in and be quarantined with you. Sorry, I'm trying.
A for effort, D for content. That's pretty much the show.
F for content and execution.
It's a good question. Carl has in the chat room said, I wonder if the crime rate is falling.
It's either falling or it's increasing.
I know
good
one
question.
one law enforcement agency on social media, they went and they said, hey, until further notice, crime is canceled. We'll let you know when it is back on.
Guys, if you're going to rob, don't.
Right. Not right now.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So there
You know,
you go.
criminals, they love rules.
Yeah, good luck. Well, tomorrow's going to be St. Patrick's Day, so you're going to be going out. Somebody said I had to work all week and bring my kid in. I'm going to be stopping for a green beer tomorrow to celebrate. I'm getting out a little here and there before we can't.
Is it insensitive for us to do our own St. Patty's Day party within the studio? Celebrate, get some beer in here, get some beads, some laughter?
Some people have actually been doing some stuff where they're doing like virtual parties. I know some of that has been going on, like virtual parades and things like that. And I know for some of the graduations and whatnot, there were some celebrities, like Jennifer Garner was saying, hey, if you had a performance or whatever and you didn't get to do your recital, just make a video and hashtag to me and I will watch it. I'll be your audience.
Why don't we bring St. Patty's Day to the people at home?
And have a big old St. Patty's Day party.
We'll wear green tomorrow. We'll
A
have
virtual party.
We'll have some beer. Yeah, let's have some fun.
We'll get wasted.
Dude, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
That's not illegal, is it? We're
Let's
not
have some
quarantined
fun.
from fun.
Well, you can have a quarantined party.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe people will see us do it, then they'll start doing it.
I love it.
Everybody FaceTime each other on party.
I think that's really kind of going to be it. Maybe we can start having some KVJ quarantine parties on social media.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's where, if we're all going to be hunkered down,
Yeah.
we might as well try to make each other laugh.
Kind of do it all together when it gets serious. But yeah, it seems like the attitude for some people is like, hey, until they will not let me go out, I will continue to go out. So there are a lot of places, and it sounds like that still have their St. Patrick's Day festivities still planned for tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how that all goes down.
A parade of one.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got the March Fatness snack it that is up. Instead of doing basketball this year, which got canceled, we are doing the 64 best snacks.
I don't know, Virginia. You kind of get the feel that this whole KVJ snack it thing we're doing kind of top trending on KVJ. Kez brought it up 3 times.
It's definitely gaining momentum.
Yes, I like it.
It's catching on, much like the virus.
There's respect behind this tournament.
Well, people keep saying, I want more of this. So, when I like this. So, yeah, people want to hear it. So, we're kind of trying to break down some of the round 1 matchups that are out there.
I'm tickled pink.
There is a lot that's out there. Milky Way candy bar versus the chunky candy bar.
Now, this is a very even pairing, in my opinion, because neither one of them are my favorites, but they're both solid. Don't love one more than the other. Which one do you go with?
Chunky.
I'm going chunky.
Going chunky.
Yeah, I don't like Milky Way. It's too much
don't?
nougat.
Really?
Get
okay.
out of here with that nougat.
I am actually going to go Milky Way on mine. Gummy bears versus Totino's pizza rolls.
It's not even close. Don't even make me.
Totino's?
It's easily Totino's.
Yeah, I'm not a gummy bear fan.
Oh, I love gummies.
You know, the only reason why I put gummy bears because there's a lot of you out there. A lot of people love gummies.
Give me the Haribo and leave them out so they get a little hard. Oh,
I love a hard gummy or a hard worm.
I love to work my gummy.
Yeah, I like when I eat those worms and my jaw is sore. I like a solid jaw.
I like to work for my chew.
It does. It makes you feel like you work for something.
If I don't get some kind of jaw pain, I'm not doing it good.
What about Flip's chocolate-covered pretzels versus Cool Ranch Doritos?
That is a tough one.
Yeah, I love chocolate-covered pretzels, especially I do the white chocolate. That's my favorite.
Again, not sure if this should have been a first rounder. This is a tough one. It's very sad. Neither one will. Both aren't going to advance.
I got to just do Cool Ranch Doritos, though. Maybe the best snack ever.
I just do Cool Ranch Doritos, Fat Kevin.
That's tough. What about you, Virginia?
I don't know. I think I go Flips.
I like it. This is good.
Yeah, I pretty much disagree with you guys on every one.
I'm glad that the tournament's designed that way.
Okay. All right. What about Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls and Sargento string cheese? That's easy for me. That's snack. I go snack cakes.
You go Galbani string cheese, and I pick the string cheese.
All right, we can flip.
Well, I don't know nobody at Sargento.
We can flip the product. We can do Sargento.
We're in the Galbani family.
Oh, we can do Galbani.
Galbani.
Galbano.
That's amazing that you found 3 different ways to say it wrong.
Just stop.
That really is impressive. Calbano?
That's You're so bad it's impressive.
You're so bad it's impressive.
It really is impressive.
I've never seen it before.
I'll take that. Backhanded compliment.
Oatmeal cream pie versus cheddar goldfish.
Oatmeal cream pie and twice on Sunday.
I do love goldfish, but I will go oatmeal cream pie too. What about you, Virginia?
Oh, you're going goldfish. You hate cream pie.
I hate them both. I guess I'm going goldfish.
Okay.
But
and
I'm not a fan.
One more. Sour cream Pringles or Zapp's Voodoo flavored chips?
Wow. These are two legends going head-to-head, slugging it out. Only one can reign supreme. I got to go with Zapp's because they are... To me, Zapp's can go a long way in this tournament. Zapp's got potential to be a Final Four, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. This is a real tough one.
It depends on if the Florida people are going to vote for a New Orleans type chip. And I don't know if they are.
They don't make them in New Orleans anymore.
I know, but it's got the stigma.
Utz bought them. They make them in Pennsylvania now. But yes, I'm still going Zapp's.
Still going Zapp's?
It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Okay.
Got a Final Four in there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the voting. On Wednesday, we'll knock it down from 64 to 32.
Oh.
There you go. So
do you have a top seed yourself in there?
The ultimate snack of all time, it might be the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Wow.
They're up there for me. It might be a Cool Ranch Dorito. They're fantastic.
Look how much he
They're fun.
lights up when we talk about food. Look at this.
I love
Fat Kevin's
those.
the best.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Okay, you want to go cast your own votes, just go to kvjshow.com.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You ever heard that saying that your grandma had feed a cold, starve a fever?
Yes.
You know, she actually may have been onto something. I thought it was rather interesting. I read this, and it's been shown that a 3-day fast can essentially reset the immune system.
Really?
That's it. And this might be something to consider as you're trying to build up your immune system and make sure that you're as strong as you can be to fight off the coronavirus.
Oh, this sounds like some old time stuff. Is this is legit, or is this like 1920s medical advice?
This is Grandma's 1920 advice met with actually modern science and physiology. They say fasting lowered white blood cell counts, which in turn triggered the immune system to start producing new white blood cells. Fasting triggers stem cell regeneration of damaged old immune systems. So they say that basically each of these trillions of cells in our bodies, each has its own tiny internal clock. And when all those clocks are synchronized, they tell us when to wake up, burn calories, and go to sleep. But when they lose their beat, we become vulnerable to all sorts of aging-related diseases. And they say it's crucial that each and every one of the clocks in every cell in the body stay somewhat in time and synchronized with one another. And so fasting can do that. If the clocks become misaligned, it can cause a number of metabolic disorders or inflammatory responses, many of which are actually associated with aging. And strategically timed fast might be a good way to look at treating age-related diseases that come from misaligned cellular clocks.
Don't ever lose your beat, kid. Keep it beating.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you said, right?
No, kind of. It's.
Well, just again.
Corone's got him. The Corone's making him say stupid things on the radio.
I don't like saying something that met with silence. It's really tough.
You just don't know how to respond.
Well, you should be used to it by now.
I'm not. I should be, but I'm not.
Jarring.
Sure. Well, it's kind of like, your phone gets all jacked and you got to you got to shut it down and repower it up.
Yeah.
Body pretty much same way.
Okay.
So there you go. So grandma might have not been off when she said to feed a cold, starve a fever.
Fascinating.
That might have been the science behind it. Well, that's good. Hopefully we all can say that here through the coronavirus scare that is going on as we all figure out exactly how to handle this thing.
Trying to feel good as hell.
That's right. Stay healthy. And Jaybird, I know that a lot of people could use a little positivity and a pick-me-up right now. It's time for your thought for the day.
Well, this one was inspired by the witch.
Okay.
She had mentioned Mr. Rogers earlier.
What?
I'm trying to do something nice, and you're making fun of my stutter, which is a problem that I had to go through my entire childhood. But let's make fun of that.
See the negativity you have to go through to get your positivity?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. I had to go to speech class.
Just give us the thought.
You started this. As I'm dedicating the thought to you. Mr. Rogers says, when I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping.
It's a great quote.
It's a great quote.
It's a great quote.
Glad you like it.
I approve
Good, I can sleep
of
tonight.
that part, not the stuttering.
All right, after the show podcast, going to be coming up. You can watch it live on YouTube.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ Show.